Well, I think it's safe to say that Club's a bust. Also, Brooks finally stood up for himself. Kinda. And if we don't get a season 2 of this show, I am going to send a very strongly worded email to someone because I need to know what happened in Sri Lanka. Welcome to Showmance, guys, the only show on the internet doing deep dives on shows with no depth.
Shows as shallow as Brooks's take on what taking risks and flying free means.
I got so many bashing Brooks notes. I'm out on Brooks.
I'm out on this whole show. No. Actually, I'm sorry. I'm not out on this show.
Yeah, easy. Why don't you
No.
storm off,
I am.
Courtney and I can take it from here.
I thought, you know how you guys were saying like last week was like the funniest.
Oh, hilarious.
Was like, and you're like, oh, I think I see what they should do here. Like, I thought this episode was the funniest episode. Like, this show is a parody of real people in real life. Like, there were so many lines that I was like, did you just say?
There were some funny ones in this.
Yeah.
episode.
Right. No, but like, they don't mean them to be. So,
Like, what was your favorite?
calling things what they are, you should just call things what they are. It's a club, just call it a club. If it's a shop, just call it a shop. So the club's going to be called club, but also make sure to also say what it is after that. So the name is what it is, club, and what it is also a club.
Yeah, it's the least try hard thing you could do, I believe is what her.
I think the least try hard would just be saying club. You doubled the word, and then you told us it was the least try hard thing you could do.
It's not because the name of the club is club,
Okay.
but it's also a club.
I would have never guessed that.
So you have to say, like, what's the famous club in New York City? Club
54.
Fif-
Studio 54.
Blowing out my whole thing here. Similar to the old school club Studio 50. It's like Studio 54. That was like Club Chevys or whatever. Club.
Yeah, no, I got it. I love that there was
I don't
discussion
know.
about it.
I don't know if you did.
But that's Georgia.
Yeah. And that's
Yeah.
cool.
No, totally.
She's retro progressive, whatever the fuck that means.
Soup's cool.
We start off, we're still in Ocean City in the great state of New Jersey. And everyone's like, rise and shine, getting up. They go out and they have breakfast. I do love, and we've said this before, like most of these kids, I think with the exception of Charlie, have like a real conscience to them. So Ava woke up and she was like, oh, I feel bad. Like I should have just said nothing. No, nobody asked me. I wasn't
Wait,
part
Ava?
of it.
Ariana.
Oh, I'm sorry, Ariana. Thank you. And she did text Riley right away. And she was just like, hey, like, I'm sorry, whatever. Yeah. Obviously, there's a bigger scene later that we'll dive into the apology with. But then they get down to breakfast. They're chatting about it. Obviously, we see very quickly that Riley's still upset about it. And I really thought the conversation was constructive. I loved that Christian, who hasn't said dick about dick, all of a sudden chirps up and he's like, no, just let her say what she wants. Yeah. If you don't like it, don't talk to her. And Gia was like, what? And he's right.
That was just, I love that was like that dude's first like foray into the show was full GTL. Yo, if you don't fucking like it, don't fucking talk to me. Like that. I was like, I mean, he's got a point.
He's got a great point.
He's got a great point until he gets a little call from a Miss Teresa, a Giudice.
No, what do you call him, Mike?
What do you mean? The
Giudices.
The Giudices.
The Giudices.
But also, I kind of fell in love with Riley a little bit when, because I saw Love Me in there. When she was like just not saying anything, and the mirror was like, wait, what? I feel like you haven't said. And she's like, I've learned my lesson. They're like, what lesson? She's like, to not speak. Just the dramatics.
I know.
I was like, I know that guy.
Yeah, the only difference is she's a 23-year-old girl.
Yeah,
No, you know what's so funny that I was thinking about is as I was cutting the valley is that what was it? Like Mike said something that we were talking about Danny. And I was like, so then you don't think that Danny has like this mad fucking drinking problem that going on about? And he goes, yeah, I don't think I ever said that. And I was like, wasn't there a storm out over like the whole conversation about Danny's or yes drinking problem? I think things are funny sometimes.
Because they are.
I don't think it's about Danny.
But even when we shot it, you can see a look on my face that's like, what? I know, I swear he, but even I have like PTSD, I've blocked it out. That didn't happen.
Who hasn't? We keep saying this about Amira, which is why we want more Amira in season 2. If her schedule allows, please let your schedule allow, girl. She's very smart. And I love her ability to recall because it's so logical when in these situations. So she said, Riley said, no, I learned my lesson. I'm just not going to say anything. And there was a resounding like, no, we don't want you to not say anything. We don't want you to censor what you're saying. And Amira was like, here's the thing. I actually think we all owe Riley an apology because she said, wait, I'm not going to say it. And then we all pressured her to say it. And then we got mad when she said it. And by the way, right after she said it, her response time in the apology was so fast, my head spun.
Yeah.
So it's like they're really no harm, no foul in the sense that we all played a part in it. And she realized before it even came out of her mouth that she shouldn't have said it.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I really like that Amira said that because I think it puts into perspective also what happened. It wasn't just that Riley said something that was like, way harsh, Ty.
I'm here for it. We've talked, like I said, and I talked a little bit about this last week, but that scene definitely made me think again, like, all right, now I'm officially, I'm glad we're at this step in our evolutionary process, but I'm ready for the next one. I'm ready for the kids that are like, yeah, we're just not going to be assholes. I'm tired of apologizing the next day and being like, ooh, I was a dick. I did this thing to you. It made you feel away. I shouldn't have done it. Like, ugh, I'm tired, and it's not going to make you feel like a dick. And that's not never going to happen, but it's going to only happen when it needs to happen, i.e. when Charlie needs to be told, hey, man, you can't fucking do shit like that. Like, that's when you get fucking mean and you don't need to apologize the next day because Charlie needed to hear that, right? So, like, I'm ready for the next gen. Gen, or whatever it is. Like, I'm ready for...
Oh, your next gen?
I'm club next.
Yeah, your club next.
So, yeah, I, like, still here for it, still love it, still admire it. Wish I will go to my grave wishing that someday I will have that ability. I won't. But whatever. But I am also ready to see like I said, that evolution of, I'm just not going to be a dick.
100%. However, I'm still happy to see any evolution.
Yeah.
Because this is multiple steps
sure.
in the right direction.
Yeah.
I felt.
Yeah.
I would argue.
Oh, God.
Why?
I would argue.
Advocate?
Let me tell you something. There are a million things that I think all day long that I don't need to go, I'm not going to say that. I say that in my head. So by saying I'm not, I really shouldn't say that, you've already said it. You've said it all in that sentence. So like, so what did happen where they just kept forcing her to say it? They just shouldn't have, like that is on them. But you also don't need to, it's not that she had something bad to say and didn't say it. You alerted everyone that you've got something not nice to say, but you're going to just keep it to yourself. Like, you want to fucking medal for that.
Schnockered. I think
that's another thing about that entire night that I was thinking about. None of those arguments had any business. None of those discussions, none of it. They were all wasted. Yeah. And even Brooks was like holding up his phone at one moment, like when they were in the kitchen before the whole argument happened, like the end of the night argument after the first argument. And I feel like it was like 2 or 3 in the morning, and that was before everything even already happened. So like, there's no need to have these discussions at 2 or 3 in the morning after you've been out drinking all night.
Yeah, but they're drunk and they're young, and that's what happens.
I also,
not that you're wrong.
I don't think what she said, like, could she have said what she said? Like, because this was the like, oh, I'm doing a bowling alley, and Riley was like, I don't think that's a great idea. Could she have said it nicer? Probably. Could she have said it 20,000 times individually, like a list of 20,000 instances where it could have been meaner? Yes.
She said
it wasn't even mean.
I'm pretty sure her answer was, that is literally the worst idea I have ever heard.
But is that horribly mean to say?
Well, I mean, like, it's not helpful. Like, if you're friends, maybe say,
did she say
I think
that?
I've been to a couple bowling alleys like that.
She said that. I thought she said, this is a terrible idea. I think that's what she said.
And said,
okay,
as
well-
your friend, I'm like, this is a
And
terrible.
Georgia
Like,
did listen.
I don't know if it was.
To Mike's
Georgia
point,
didn't even take it wrong.
That's what I mean. Like
Yeah.
Georgia didn't.
well, because Georgia asked for, she goes, and I want your feedback. Please give it to me.
Yeah.
And after she's like, I'm gonna have pre-made mac and cheese that you can just go and like tap your Apple Watch on and get it at a club. And that's when Riley was like, no, this is a terrible idea.
Which is fine. Riley's
Which it
allowed to
is.
think that. She's allowed to say it in that setting. That is literally what Georgia's asking for.
And what did Georgia say back?
I don't remember.
She didn't say anything.
Yeah, I think
No,
she's just
she
like,
didn't
okay.
say anything.
She didn't give a shit about
because
any of it.
fucking
This was
Gia jumped in and started
Exactly.
mouthing off, and then
Every
somebody else
time.
started mouthing off.
Yeah.
Like,
Georgia didn't take it as anything.
No.
It's everyone else. It was who you just said, Gia, and then Ariana jumps in,
right.
and now Riley feels ganged up on because like her two friends
And what
are.
Gia said was actually the worst thing, because that's when Riley was like, isn't that when she was like, okay, pause. When she was like, I can't remember what I don't think she called her a bitch, but she said something.
No, she said when you drink, you get like kind of rough when you're like
right.
expressing yourself.
Yeah, I don't know. I think that was,
Which is a tough statement to swallow on the receiving end of things.
yeah, sure. And we'll get into that. Riley
Yeah.
might have something to think about.
Wait,
but
really quick, I just have to say something. I did the most me thing and I need a snack right now, so I have to bring it out. I don't mean to interrupt you.
as long as there's no fucking worms in it, it's fine.
No, there's definitely no worms in this because it's kosher, because I didn't have time to have lunch. And so I just brought my gluten-free matzah and my butter.
Do you buy like a special butter? Oh my God.
I didn't have time to pack it in a to-go. So mazel tov, everyone. BYOM, bring your own matzah. Anyway, if you knew me, you'd find this funny. If you lived here, you'd be home by now.
I still think Georgia's the best one on this show.
Georgia?
Yeah.
Wait, Mike, do you have anything else to say about this scene? Because you had said you had something to say with the Riley stuff.
Oh no, I think Riley needs to, and there's a lot of comments about it. I think you actually made a really great reply to one of the comments, that she just maybe need to be careful of the drinking, and I just kind of clocked it. I think a bunch of people clocked it, but I think what you said in the comments, which I'll read later, but you said something about just being able to cope on this show. And
yeah.
using it as a tool, as a mechanism to do that, and that when they kind of shove her off to the side or aren't really she gets a little, I don't know if lonely is the word, but like isolated.
Yeah.
And that's her way. Like she's gonna find things to like. I'll read it. It was really great. I read it and I was like, holy shit. But I think that might be just something that she needs to be aware of.
She said something in this. It's later on, but she talks about just like not wanting to be, wanting to do better. And she mentioned something about Charlie. And it dawned on me in this episode that Charlie is actually he's not the chosen villain of this show. He's the cautionary tale. And I think that if you can look at it that way, it is so much easier to swallow him because clearly we have to swallow it. Nobody cares what happened those days ago that I thought was like the end of him. Literally no one, not even the person he did it to. So, and you were right about that. I didn't see that where you were like, she joked about it. Yeah. And I was like, I felt like she just did that because nobody was like wanted to stand their ground. But I think that Georgia doesn't, she's got bigger things. Like it's out of sight, out of mind. And she's going to need him to stay on his couch soon anyway. So why fight about it?
This is our next scene, actually. And someone made a great comment about it, just being like, I think it was Joe Schmo. He was just saying, I mean, not Joe Schmo. It was Charlie. He was Johnny Smiles. Please excuse me.
Somebody said
it. No, I think it was Johnny Smiles where he's like, Georgia knows what side like her bread is buttered on. And she wants to keep this relationship with Charlie going for work shit, life shit.
Yeah.
And we see in this scene, she opens up to him and when they're sitting outside and he's taking a bong rip, which to me was just an aggressive move. And I think Charlie needs to look at his relationship with weed.
Or don't.
Not because
what do you mean?
Because you can smoke a lot, but like you got to have a job.
No,
you
but what was the aggressive move? Just smoking weed?
I just think I don't ever see him not smoking on this show. So like he's smoking a J before dinner when he's on the phone with Ava. He's waking up. He's doing a wake and bake this morning. And like BYOB, you brought your own bong? You couldn't just fucking bring like a joint to the shore? You're there for a few days. Like a bong is a different thing to smoke out of. It's not a weed pen. It's not like, I don't know. I had a lot of bongs in college and I just
it's fine.
Feel like
you didn't think it was fucking hysterical though when he like hit that bong? He hit that thing
was so high,
right? But she was like the timing of her being like, I think I'll tell Charlie now, bloody bloody blah, and he's like, oh fuck, I didn't mean to be like. It was so
he was like, that's
Charlie.
amazing. Like smoke's like billowing out of him, like during
I
him
totally
saying that.
didn't mean to be ripping this while you said that. Like his acknowledgement of like, oh, that was a moment, and I'm over here fucking ripping bong. What a dumbass.
Yeah.
Like, I like that he acknowledged it. I thought it was funny as hell.
See, I'm just more worried for Charlie, and I think he needs to look at his weed usage because I don't give a shit if you're a stoner, but you need to have a job. You need to be doing something with your life, and he does nothing.
Not if your dad's
No, I am really on pushing on this train forward of like, no, Charlie's here for comedic value and for to be the cautionary tale. Like he's like the kid, like he's not this kid. It's actually worse because he has everything at his fingertips. But he's like the kid in Dazed and Confused. That's like, are you cool, man?
And he needs to do better because it's bare minimum. He's offering bare minimum to me.
No, yeah. I'm just saying that if he's going to be here, I am just going to like, if no one cares and he's here, then just let him like find the entertainment in him. He's a cartoon character to me now. Like he's not a real person and I don't fucking care.
I can get down with that.
I have a whole thing with Charlie that now I'm even more embarrassed to say now that you called him a cartoon character. What?
Have you flipped? Like, are you a Charlie Stan now?
No, God, I'll never be a Charlie Stan. But I did like, and it was later on, but like, I have a Georgia in my, like Anthea is my Georgia, right?
Yeah.
So Anthea and I have been friends for longer than these kids have been alive, like quite literally. And I've never said to a girl that I wanted to hit him or anything like that. It's not my jam. But I'm pretty sure Anthea and I said some shit to each other over the 25 years that we've had our ups and downs and our years of like, oh no, we don't fucking talk, and all of our friends being like, you guys fucking what's going on? You need to like sort this out. And both of us being like, nah, fuck you. So like, I think Charlie and Georgia's relationship might be similar to a relationship that I've had. And I've had a lot of girlfriends that have been really like best friend type people in my life. But Anthea and I have always like, we have a brother-sister relationship. Like we're tight as fucking you can get, and we will go off on each other. Like really not nice. And so although I'm not condoning it, obviously. You shouldn't talk to anybody like that. However, I had moments this week where I was like, oh, aside from the I want to smack you, like I've said some mean shit to my girlfriend before. That, so I'm like, how much of Charlie can I really be like, oh, fuck you, I'm never gonna, whatever, when I've done that stuff too. Here, there you go.
Thank you. Saving it for later. For whatever reason, this episode with Georgia and Charlie, not to be like so serious about them, but I do really believe this is true. I saw it when we're in that next scene with them getting in like the Ubers and driving home, and they were just being such brats when everyone's in the gas station getting snacks. It's not like they sat down for a 12-course meal. Like, just relax. And they're like, I just want to get home. I just want to go home. And it's like, who cares? Like, you're being paid to sit in this Uber that you're not even paying for. You didn't even have to organize it. Production got it for you. Just like simmer and settle. And so let's just see if Omar will get us an Uber back or whatever. And they grab their shit, and they get into the what?
I just think it's so funny that Charlie will do anything on anyone else's dime.
Anything.
Like I don't even think he but in that moment, it seemed like that would be the greatest thing that ever happened to me right now. But like half of it is because someone else is going to pay 100%. For probably like a $300 Uber back to my house.
Yeah, Sandy Smith house from fucking Cincinnati, Ohio, because that's the fucking credit card homeboys working off of this month. Like these two jacked an Uber off of some poor lady in Ohio.
Oh God.
Wasn't that what?
That was in Monica.
Yeah. And what's your name? Manana.
Yeah. And Friends. This is a Friends reference for everyone who doesn't know. Monica got her identity stolen and became friends with the woman who stole her identity. And she's like, oh, hi, my name's Manana. Anyway, point being is I've noticed that when they're getting in this car and they're just like so happy to be like, oh, got this dead weight off my back with all these assholes in these other cars. And meanwhile, they're like all so cute and fun. And you guys are the dead weight. They meet each other at their wounds. So like her bad behavior, and it's what we were saying last week. Like if I'm going to order the triple cheeseburger, you're going to order the triple cheeseburger, and we're not going to talk about being unhealthy. Yeah. Right? So it's like they'll get uppity and call each other out. Like, you're a loser. Your dad supports you. Like, I'm sure now that they live together, I don't know if they still do, he can now say that to her. Like, you're a loser. Your ex-boyfriend was supporting you. Whatever their knives are that they want to throw at each other. But they will always come back together because their bad behavior supports each other.
Yeah.
I thought it was funny. Again, because like, and I don't know if this is probably going to be a bad episode for me. I'm going to be saying a lot of things and people are going to be like, dude, those are not good things. These are not good qualities to have. But as we get into Brooks, I would fucking bailed too. This kid, Brooks, fucking let's go, dude. Let's fucking go. Like, you got to pick it up a little bit. You're going 5 miles an hour. I need you at 70 miles an hour.
Brooks works in reverse. He's not even moving forward.
You are correct.
That voice is like
out of everything.
Nacho cheese.
Oh, it's so
no, it's a family voice. Didn't you notice it when he's on the phone with his sister
and his mom? They're all three of them talk like that.
They got it from their mama.
You should figure out if you want to do a merger before you say you want to do a merger.
Here's the thing, though.
And then he's like, wait, you're being so mean. And she's like, why are you being so crabby?
It's like overwhelming.
I'm overwhelmed.
Okay, seriously, I'm going to kill both of you.
What are you talking about?
I'm like tensing up right now because
here's the thing. Here's
Brooks
the difference.
is just not who I thought he was.
Like, you're not waiting in line 20 minutes for a fucking Big Mac. But you might wait in line 20 minutes for that hot new cheeseburger chef that popped off last month on Instagram. Like, that's a fucking burger I'm going to wait for because it's worth the wait. There's some value there.
Yeah,
Brooks's
Portnoy's got me thinking about a 90-minute wait of some shithole pizza place on Wilshire.
What's the pizza place?
I don't even know what it's called, but I think about it all the time.
Let's go. Sorry, Mike.
Brooks's sister, like, she has value. Like, I'll wait for her to say stuff. I didn't even notice her slow talk. I'm seriously, now as your time, I'm like, oh yeah, she did too. It didn't even cross my mind because the words coming out of her mouth are valuable. So I will wait for them to come and be delivered. This fucking kid, the shoes, like, he's a tortoise. Like,
no, he's a sloth.
He's a sloth, man. He's like, we've been doing season 6 of Love Island. And I'm waiting. I'm sure, don't spoil it because we're not done. And I'm sure it's going to happen that Kenny turns into a total fucking asshole, okay? Right now, I love Kenny. But Kenny, same. Like, Kenny, come on, bro. Let's wake up and get it together. Like, these guys are too fucking slow. And I keep looking back to see if they're there, and they're not there. And I can't keep stopping and waiting for them to catch up. Like,
wait, Kenny Giudice?
Kenny Giudice, Kenny.
Oh, I love Kenny.
I love Kenny.
Slow,
I love Kenny.
Either.
But Kenny's walking in cement.
Oh.
Wet cement. I love him. He's my favorite.
He's a big guy.
So I'm getting a little over Brooks. Everybody, when we started this and this show came out, Nettie was like, I'm not fucking watching this Nepo baby bullshit. And like, You did.
I believe her
Whatever.
exact quote was, "I lose brain cells every time I watch this show."
No, and she, listen, we all did, but whatever, it was fun.
I liked it.
But it also, I think in hindsight, I will, like Charlie, yes, of course, but Charlie doesn't do anything. So I'm like, I think a Nepo baby is like somebody who is given an opportunity by a relative, right? And I don't know if Charlie takes any opportunity. Like Charlie's just a waste, I think.
He is a Nepo baby.
Charlie?
Yeah.
What opportunities has he been given? He just gets money. That's
His
not
dad bankrolls him 10 grand a month. He is
But
in
that's
the
an
finance
allowance.
business.
but not because of his dad.
No. His
Like
dad.
he's not been given any opportunities, is what I'm saying. That's what nepotism is when you give someone an opportunity that they don't deserve necessarily. Maybe not that, but like
Or just because you're
family or
related.
yeah,
You're
if it's
related, so
family
like
or
you get a
friends.
job. But like he's just cashing a check. He's not,
he's
doing,
not
anything.
doing anything.
You think he's more of a trust fund baby?
Yeah, he's
Yeah,
100%.
or just a waste.
Or
Like,
a
I
waste,
just-
yeah.
True.
But like,
I just relate his trading to the trading his dad's do. Like crypto and his dad does trading. They're
Not the
connected,
same.
but maybe not. Okay.
No.
Not
I
even
just
close.
like, well, and then, but like basically Charlie like outs himself. Like there's a certain point where you got to go. Actually, Charlie is pretty accepting and in acknowledgement about what he's doing, and we see that at
Which is nothing.
right. But like when he talks about with Omar, when he has that whole conversation, I was just like, that was another thing that I'm like, you're using these words right now, like you're just telling us that you're a degenerate who has no idea what he's doing. That's literally what he said. I don't know how, like, it's all a crapshoot and it's full of degenerates and toxicity and scams. Like, and this is your job, and you.
I don't think he's in it crypto anymore. Are you talking about Omar?
No.
No, Charlie.
Charlie.
Charlie said all that.
Anyway, we were talking about the car ride back because I was just like, it's so dumb for them to go back. But you said you would have gone back because
Yeah,
Brooke was.
I would have
Brooks was
too.
moving
I
like a
would've
sloth.
Yeah, I would have gotten the fuck out of that car.
100%.
I would have
Like the whole sitting outside. Also, I go back. I'm gonna give Shai a shout out, and I'm sure a lot of us are like this. But my life, my work, everything, everything is on my computer, and I don't back it up. So fuck off. Don't tell me to. When Shai bounced that dinner, the breakfast with his fucking computer, he like grabbed whatever he grabbed, like his sandwich or something, and his computer. Fucking made me laugh. I was like, that would be me. I'm running from the apocalypse with my fucking computer in my hand.
It made me laugh because it just Shai's always running. He like
He is always
something
running.
happens, he's like, see ya. And
Bye.
he
He's
just
an
takes
assistant.
off.
Yeah.
He knows. What did they teach you at Nordstrom? Control your controllables, move with a sense of urgency, and put everything in your planner. Shai's got a digital planner. Next up, we see.
But sorry.
Oh, yes,
anyway.
please.
But from like Georgia and Charlie sitting outside was the beginning. Like Charlie hitting that fucking bong. That was probably 45 minutes of the first waiting for Brooks to get his shit together, right? Then they're like, okay, let's go. Shai, are we going to leave? And they're both like, we fucking got to wait for a dum-dum. They get in the car. They're probably sitting in there for another 20 minutes in that hot-ass car while dumbass is in there learning how to tie a shoe at 24.
Yeah.
And mules.
Like, so,
Slide.
yeah, I'm like, fuck
No.
off, dude. And now we're stopping for snacks. You guys can fuck yourselves.
Nacho
I see-
cheese.
And he's literally like
Amazing.
trying not to touch it, but then like putting the smallest amount.
Yeah,
I see what
can't.
you're saying. I think to me, it's just laughable. It's like, Charlie, what are you? It's like those people who are so rich who are on vacation and they're like, I have to get home. And it's like, for what? You don't have a job. You took a vacation from your life. That's a vacation. Like you went on vacation, taking a break from your life. That's a vacation. What are you talking about? I have to get home, Charlie. You don't have a job. You don't really have any friends. You don't.
Right, because these
that's it.
people aren't his friends. So he's like, I need to get out of here.
Yeah, I
but
don't
like, all he
want
wants
to
to
be
do is
here
be in his own
anymore.
car and not have to deal with that. Someone's going to say something any minute that I'm either going to say something that's totally ridiculous and like get my head bitten off for it, or I'm not going to say anything and I'm just going to be sitting here and on camera in the background looking like an idiot. And I'm a cool guy.
Yeah.
Like none of it was like
Listen,
a good
they were
time for
all
him.
like, the weekend was over, right? It was time. It was time. it's time to just be done. Like, I don't think I have 3 more hours trapped in a fucking tin can with you, right? Like,
no,
and they were all being kind of fucking dicks.
Is like that all the time. I'm always like, I just want to go. I just need to go.
Yeah,
and
you on Sunday you wanted a magic wand just to be like, pink. Oh, we're home. They were all being dicks. Amira was kind of being a fucking dick. Riley was being a dick. Like, they were all being dicks to each other.
Like in the bad mood. And
just
maybe I'd rather just be in the car with them because Charlie and not maybe Georgia a little bit's getting on my nerves, but Charlie's really on my last nerves. And I'm just like, dude, you're a loser. What are you going home for? You don't have a job. You don't have anything to show up for. You're just going to go home and take more bomb
I know.
rips.
I think that acknowledging that it doesn't, he's not trying to get home. We're not at all
just wants to get away
he just
from them.
doesn't want to be with this group of people anymore. And honestly, this is so weird because if you asked me right now which car I would rather be in, I would rather go with Georgia and Charlie. And I don't know what that says about me because I think that Charlie is such a degenerate. But I think that I would I had an evolution with him this episode where now I'm back to, it's like how I feel about Jesse Lawley. Like, I am taking you for your pure entertainment now. I don't care what you do to these people who keep letting you do it to them. Michelle, I don't feel bad for you. You're married to this guy forever and now you're so put out. Georgia, he fucking told you some sick ass shit. I took it as that was the first time he'd ever talked to you that way because of your reaction made it.
Yeah.
That's kind of how it translated to me, was like that was a new thing for you. I don't think it is. I think they've had 15 more of those arguments now. And so now I'm just like, oh, okay, you both are completely being honest with who each other is in this relationship. And I would rather be with them in a car back and just talking shit on everyone and laughing than be in the car where everyone's trying to what is it when you signal, virtue signaling. Everyone's like, you shouldn't talk like that. Was kind of mean. I would say it this way. You don't know about, that's the little privilege. Those conversations are going on in that car right now. And I don't have time for any of that. I have time for a lot of things. I'm not spending my time with that. So I don't know if I've explained any of that well. I don't even know how I feel about. I don't even know if I'm okay with my stance on this, but that's what it is. If I'm being honest.
By the way, I'd rather be in the other car for the record.
If it makes you feel better, I'm going with you.
Oh, see, that's why you guys are MFEO.
Yeah. We'd probably get our own car. We'd probably get 2 separate cars because we'd both be like, this is a fucking
No, I would get a 2-seater just to be like, sorry, I can't take
me and my bags. Oops.
All that was available.
The next scene, we all knew this, but it was just so great that the editors threw this shade towards Ava with her social media post of the D&G pop-up that she had to go to. It was as someone who's had to do a decent amount of social media for my company, sometimes you get invited to shit that you're like, shit, I have to post. I didn't take enough footage, or I really don't want to do this. And then it's weird that I'm posting it because I'm a gifting company and I'm posting about orthopedic shoes. I don't, where does this connect? Whatever. Although I love an orthopedic shoe because I'm on my feet a lot. Anyway, it was pathetic. The post was pathetic. Oh, Trump's in town, so now I've got to, not going to waste this outfit by the side of the road. You get there with your boyfriend, or who I'm assuming it's her boyfriend.
Hook.
Yeah, maybe. And you walk through a pop-up that's completely empty. If this is good for your career, that doesn't say anything good about your career because this is a pop-up going nowhere.
Yeah.
And then you get back in the car.
It's a flop up.
Yeah, it is. It's a flop up. Thank good one. And then that's it. That's what you had to miss your. I don't even give a shit that it was Brooks's birthday, even though I know I should because they're friends. But that's what you bailed out of your job for. You know what? I used to work at this job that there was someone that would always show up that was also working. And anytime we would have to do really any labor, but I'm going to give you the example of manual labor, right? I would be like, okay, come on, we got to move this shit into this area and whatever. And just pick up the whole fucking thing. You can pick up 4, they stack. Let's go. Oh, you're just so strong. You're so much better at this. Oh God, I wish I was. Shut up and just do the job. You're here to do it as well. So when Ava gives this bullshit, and we'll get into it later, but when she gives the bullshit excuse of like, well, I had a fitting and I had what you just didn't want to go.
But that's the thing. She says that.
No, I know.
And I was like, I wouldn't want to go either.
I was like, yeah, I'm not.
But the reason
I'm
it
not
annoyed me,
fucking
and
going. Also, the whole "this
sorry.
is your job" thing. Like, I don't know if it is her job yet. And we've talked about this before with Summer House in reverse. It's like these people are making more money now as a result of being on the show, granted, but they're now making more money outside of the show. You can't afford them. You can't afford their time anymore. You can't afford their priority anymore, right?
But Ava's not there yet.
No, but she is because that starts that way, and then it kind of hits a middle point, and then it goes back to that in the reverse. Now I'm making too much money outside. So like, how much is Ava making on this show?
Not enough to pay her rent. No, not on the show. Before the show started.
My point is, she's probably making more modeling throughout the year than she is on her 8-episode arc of this show.
100%.
Season 1. Season 2, maybe that's different. Maybe they're like, hey, we're going to give you another $50,000. And now she's 20 grand less throughout the year. Now, you know what I'm saying? And then season 3, now the show's paying her 30 grand a year more. And I'm just making numbers. I'm throwing shit out. But like, you know what I'm saying? So like right now, her job is modeling. Her side hustle, her extra cash, I need to get another fucking job so I can pay my $10,000 is the show, right? It didn't seem to work out, but whatever. That's my point. Is like, I don't know if this is her job. Whereas like, I'm okay with her going to that other thing because, and
even though she didn't go to it.
No, it looks like she did. She just
I
was
thought
late.
that she didn't.
I didn't think she did.
And then
either.
I realized that she did go. And then what she
didn't
didn't do
was gone.
No, she said she got there with 30 minutes to spare, which I took as 30 minutes like before she had to get there.
No, with 30 minutes before the event
The thing
ended.
was 2 hours long. She got stuck in traffic. She got there 30 minutes before it ended.
Okay, well, I mean, either way, like I don't know what the fucking
I'm just
rules
saying, if
are.
it's that fucking important, you're not. What are you, new to planet Earth that there's going to be traffic
No,
in the Hamptons and
but
also the president's in town?
Did she get dinged on her pay for being there?
They don't pay you. They just gave her an outfit. She had to pay to be there because she paid for her glam.
Look, man, all I know is that after this episode, I have just decided to take it with a grain of salt because everyone has shifted. Like, I think that the show has been cut differently every single episode. It's like they're hiring a new director for each episode, which is normal in sitcoms. We do that all the time, but I don't know if they're always doing that in reality. It seems like they...
It does. It's not a director, but it's like story producer. But I mean, they could be trying to just find
that's what
a
I
footing,
think too.
find what works. Like, because like I said, I think that last week I'm like, I vote for that one. My vote is for episode 7.
Yeah, same.
Let's proceed with that.
Yeah.
And then add a little, like I have for the end when we talk about, whatever the season just as a wrap up, but like, I would like next year to see a little more of the work and the building of the businesses and the ideas and the venturing out on our own, and Ariana and Hudson learning more about fabrics and what they like and don't like, and those stumbling blocks, and throw a dumb boyfriend in here and there, But I think they're probably trying to find their footing, which I don't necessarily blame them because. Although you would normally have that figured out before you go into production, or at least post, or before you sell the show. Given this landscape of reality TV on Bravo, especially in the last year, I could see somebody being like, "We need to try something now." Like just try something out. Make a funny one. Make a this one. Make a that. Just we can't. Like Jax is killing us here.
Yeah.
We talked about this. They had a whole different cast.
Right.
And so that's why the show is so like, it's like mishmash. Like it's just like one of these things doesn't belong. No, 3 of them don't belong, or the other 3 don't belong.
Right.
Or make the show about how these people are trying to figure out how to coexist and make friendships from people, like, it's just finding that thing of like, what's the nut of the show and then doing it. But I guess I have just been getting like, I'll get fired up on shit, and then I'll really like tear into someone. And then later I'll realize that like either they've completely shifted like what they're showing of that person again. So like you almost just feel stupid and bad for tearing into them so hard when like they just get shown in a completely different light the following week. Also, these kids are kids. These aren't the 40-year-olds that we're used to dealing with on all the other shows. Like we talked about how like when we went to school, we would like have an argument about something one weekend or like a debate, you know, a meeting of the minds and discussing things that like even just the Friday after that, I would not be caught dead having that same debate because I realized like I don't really care about that because that's what being a kid and growing up in your early 20s is figuring out like what you really give a shit about. So by the time we see these people next season,
by giving a crazy amount of shit last week about it,
yeah,
and
exactly.
then realizing I didn't enjoy that.
Yeah. So yeah, I'm just like everyone here. I'm now just like, oh, do whatever you want and say whatever you want, and because you're all children and it's fine. And
well, I actually have this note going into our next scene with the FaceTime with Chloe and Brooks. He obviously is talking about like, I want to, you know, maybe the merger, but maybe not the merger. And we know that he doesn't do the merger. He's acting like this is like some big like M&A deal.
Yeah, isn't it a tracksuit?
Correct.
Seriously, like this fucking kid. This kid needs to get signed over half of whatever his fucking company is to his dumb. Sorry, I'm gonna do that because she's not dumb. This kid needs to sign over half of his company to his sister and get the fucking iPad out and just draw. Just draw and shut the fuck up and let your sister handle everything else. You won't even have time to take calls from your mom or dad in 18 months, I guarantee it.
Or don't, because and listen, maybe he's got some big talent that we haven't seen yet, but there's no, you know, when like someone's eating like really shitty food, like I always think like there's no food in that food. Like there's no clothes in his clothes.
How dare you?
Sorry. Like it's a baseball hat. You didn't design a baseball hat and you embroidered your name on it, which your name has no inherent value. It's not
without your mother's name.
Correct. It's not like it's Oscar de la Renta or Fendi or like whatever name that you think has value in the fashion industry. And then your tracksuit is it's like an American Apparel sweatsuit that you took a ticker tape of fabric that again had your name on it, which if you've ever watched Project Runway, anytime someone's tried to do this, because a lot of people try to do it in the finale, they're like, your name doesn't mean anything. So to put that all over the place, and it's not a cool logo, no one's going to buy this because it's not Fendi, Prada, Gucci, YSL. Like whether you like a logo or not, that's what people spend. Those are the logos people spend money on.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Zara is a major fucking, they sell so much every day in fucking clothing. There's a reason there isn't just a fucking sweatshirt that's a Zara, because people, I don't want you to know I'm wearing Zara, even though I don't give a shit this blazer vest is Zara. But you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like people want to brag about. No one's trying to brag that it's Brooks Marks' sweatsuit. No offense, you just haven't earned it yet. And if you want to, then if you want to earn that clout, then you got to do the work. And the only other thing I was just going to say, because it was tying into what you were saying earlier about like who these kids are and it might change and whatever. We see that he wants to start his own thing. Good for you. Break out, do it. Wow us with your designs. My only note was I am going to be so curious to see in the next season that we hopefully get, if he's stuck with it and he actually does have like a clothing line that has, you know, this is my spring season, this is my I'm fall release, and it's doing well, and these are the stores we're in, or whatever the D2C shit is. Like, I'll be curious to see if he's stuck with it, or if it's just going to be too hard and he's going to go back to his mom.
Yeah, it's I have to say that I will have a hard time believing really anything that this show tells me for a minute, because it has felt so produced. It has just felt really like they are. And I hate having these conversations about like what's real and what's not. But this specific episode just very much felt like I had not seen Brooks that intensely overly ridiculous in the whole season. Like they really piled it on in this last episode. And I just don't like following journeys if you're not going to be at least half real with me like the whole time. Like I really thought like that he was a harder worker than this and more creative than this and not so and like saw his parents and was like, you guys, can you please like this guy can't tie his shoes without his mother like on the Bluetooth. Like it's
I never thought he was a hard worker.
Oh, I thought that he had it something in him that just set him apart from other people. I thought there was just something significantly special about him. And like now I just think like not only are you not, you are almost a lame duck.
This is so as I say earlier, and I don't know if I said it, but like in regard to the Nepo baby, he's the one that we all were like, I'm not fucking watching that stupid show. Fuck those kids. He's the one. He's the only one. The rest of them seem to be doing fine.
Yeah.
And even with like, I don't even know like who else is getting stuff. Like we talked about Charlie, he's just a trust fund kid. He's not a Nepo baby because there's no opportunities being given that he's taking advantage of or not taking advantage of. Brooks is the kid that we didn't want to watch this show for. He's the reason we didn't want to watch it.
Yeah.
I didn't, like I said, I never watched the Housewives, so I've not watched this family dynamic. I don't understand it. Because of that, I'm ignorant to it. But in this show, to your point of seems produced, these parents seem very hard ass, very much like they're hard on that. They want him to push through and like
Seth and Meredith seem hard on Brooks.
Yeah.
On this show.
Seth and Meredith on this show seem hard on Brooks?
Because they're just like, during the net thing, he's like, you're attached to your mom. You're like a little kangaroo. You need to step out. I want to see a business plan. I want my money back from US. Not hard ass parents, but like not the type of, like, I don't see that. I don't see Brooks coming from that type of parent that tells their kid, I want my...
to introduce you to Bob and Suzanne Abiati if you would like to know what a hard ass parent looks like. I felt like Seth was just being jokey the entire
I feel like this family is so cartoonish to me. Like so many of these characters are so cartoonish to me now.
This is my point that I'm making. Is like they don't like when she was like, hold on a second, stop talking. I thought we were coming here to talk about a mergers and acquisition, and now you want an investment? Like that seemed a little out of place to me. Like when they were at the net thing and he's like, you need to get it. And he's like, I want my money back from USC and blah, blah, blah. Like,
who said that? I want my money back?
His dad told Brooks, when Brooks was like, I'm starting to review business plans. I've never looked at one in my entire life. And his dad was like, I don't want to hear that. I want my fucking money back from USC and wherever the two schools. My point is, it seemed fake. It seems fake. Like they're fake ass. Like you said, you were coming from.
Okay, I'm with you then. Yeah, they were acting like they were hard.
Exactly. Which I said, I'm like, that's if you guys are really these hard ass parents, that it doesn't produce a kid like Brooks who's just a fucking amoeba softie who can't do anything. So like, this isn't. I'm not buying it. I'm not buying any of this bullshit.
Literally thought he was joking. That didn't even come across to me as being a hard ass. I thought he was kidding, being like, oh
probably
man, then I want my money.
Because you understand, like you've watched their history. You've watched this kid grow up. You've watched the Housewives. So it like, you know more about this guy and them than I'm just seeing it on the surface first time. I don't know this lady. I didn't even know the Marks existed. And like, I know there's Housewives. I know the Giudices and I know like the Giudices. I know Vanderpump. Like I know who Housewives are just because I'm not under a rock 24 hours a day. I have no fucking idea who the Markses are
for them
until this show came about.
And you can see that she really coddles her kids.
Right.
And listen, do I think that they have like, a really tight knit, close family and they all love each other and that's wonderful? But she's never coming at him. She's like, wait a minute, this means I lose. It was more from the point of like, wait, I lose you? Like, and then whatever, we're not, hold on. I don't even know if we're at that scene yet. Hold on. Oh yeah. Okay. We can get to the scene where he does his like pitch or whatever. But that's very interesting because I didn't take for 1 second what his dad said as like, I'm being stern, and this is how you got to fucking shape up or ship out, kid. He was just golfing. His son can't even golf, and he's just like, maybe I'm pansexual. Also, maybe you should put together a business plan. Like, to me, it just came off as him thinking he's being funny.
No, they can't even. Like, Seth Marks is here. He's going to get blindfolded and make a porn joke. Like, Seth had a perfect character aligned scene.
Right.
But like, leave it to this kid to like walk in, give the shittiest pitch.
Horrible.
The shittiest pitch I've ever seen.
The shit on the fucking wall when you've got a gigantic monitor with your presentation.
Wait, but we're gonna get there.
I thought you just said we are there.
No, we're not there yet.
Did you not just say we're here?
No, I said we're not there yet.
Okay.
We are
real quick, just give a shout out to the Euro vendors in New York. They had a little B-roll with a dude pushing a Euro cart, and I almost booked a flight. One of my top 5 favorite foods is a street vendor gyro.
Oh, yeah.
From New York City.
I used to love the hot dogs until I realized I probably shouldn't be eating street meat. And then I stopped eating meat altogether.
You'd be a lot better off if you did eat street meat. I'm telling you.
Hot dogs on the street are the best ones, but not in New York. Here in Hollywood,
because they wrap them in bacon.
Yeah, and they fry.
That's not fair.
Oh my god, they're to die.
My favorite in New York are the nuts. You know, when they do the nuts with the sugar and you literally let your nose guide you to where they are. Ugh. And my favorite thing in LA is the fruit. The fruit stands with the, tahini on it.
Yeah.
Anyway, point being is we next get to when Georgia and Omar are sitting in Omar's apartment. And honestly, my 2 notes about this scene have nothing to do with the scene. One, it's everything about Omar is so off to me that I am fascinated with him. Like the suits. Why do you always look like a disgruntled, like 45-year-old dad of 3, like at the end of the week?
What did Shannon say? Shannon Falls said he looks like a Bible salesman.
Yeah.
Good.
I was
fucking nailed.
Yeah. So good.
All day.
And then, like your apartment, is that ironic? Like, is the decor ironic that you're trying to make it look like an early 90s New York City apartment with like that weird leather couch and the red and purple walls? Like, I just feel like you have to know better and know that none of that is in vogue as far as like home decor. And you're doing it to be ironic because Georgia's your girlfriend, the club girl, and she's ironic. And also, Georgia, why does it look like you constantly crawled out of a drain? Like her knees are so bruised. The nail polish is always chipped. She's like hosting an event in her pajamas that look like they're not clean. Like that's all I got from this entire scene is just what is going on here.
That's Georgia though. Like that's why you have to look at her and like, I don't like, nobody has to be a fan of her, but if you're looking to follow like the most unique, true to self person on this show, that's that bitch. Mm-hmm. Like 1,000%. And with everyone else, to me, it's just like a turn off.
New Yorker. Like that is New York. Like we've talked about this before. Like in the dictionary, it should have some building. In New York, it has some skyscrapers. And Georgia, like it should, or on Wikipedia, it should be like, oh, the history, and then this, the city, and the people of New York. They're this person. Here's Georgia. She is a New Yorker. Like she's just a
scrappy one. Like not like obviously New York is defined by many things, but like that is a
listen. There's also the high fashion New York. Like New Yorkers are like, bitch, I would never be caught dead. And you're right. Then you guys go to coffee and you're like, what the fuck? And that's the sickest outfit I've ever seen in my life. Touche. But there's also the other half that is like, no, this is the sickest outfit I've ever seen, and it's my dirty PJs, and that's Georgia.
Yeah, it just I couldn't stop staring at the bruises on her knees.
I know. It was great. I thought it was fucking great.
No, I'm fascinated.
You know what she should do here? Not what she should do. You should do exactly what you're doing. Stay doing it. But what other people have done, like the Steve Jobs of the world, go, I don't want to deal. I don't have time to do any of that shit. So I'm going to get 100 black T-shirts and 100 pairs of this color jeans and whatever shoes. I don't even remember what the shoes were. Yeah. But like,
it's the he has too many decisions to make. Yeah. He's just tried to get rid of decisions throughout the day. And that was one every morning, standing at the closet being like, what the fuck am I going to wear today?
Yeah.
And he's just like, I'm wasting time picking out a fucking outfit. What is my life?
Even the decision to buy the t-shirts were too much of a decision for Georgia.
Yeah.
She didn't have time for any of that.
Totally.
Any of it.
She didn't have the money to get 100
That's
t-shirts.
Charlie's t-shirt.
Yeah.
I think that
When she jumped in the bay.
it's also hard. It's hard to watch that scene and talk about them knowing what, like, ultimately what happens. They're like, he's a real crypto guy.
I was joking about that credit card thing, and it turned out that's exactly who he was.
But also, in talking about Georgia and her PJs and dirty PJs, we know she can do it because after post-breakup glow up, fucking hell, dude, when she walked into Charlie's at the very end, I was like, who the fuck is this chick? Is there a new Georgia in town? What? So we know Georgia, and like
She's got it in her.
maybe this is the day Georgia turns from New York kid to New York woman,
Yeah,
right?
blow
And
up.
is like, now I'm gonna fucking bang these sick ass one jumpers or whatever they're fucking called. I'm gonna do my fucking hair, and it's gonna be banging, and maybe,
Yeah.
you know,
I want to see her. I really only want to see her and Amira, and I want to see them butt heads about everything, and then figure out, and then after however many seasons, like find that friendship in each other, and like actually, like those two to me are the most unique and self-driven, and
you want them to have a Lindsay Paige DeSorbo relationship.
exactly.
You want a bipartisan next gen moment.
Yeah.
I'm 50-50 on Amira now. After this episode, like, I don't know. There's a lot of Amira that I was like, oh, right, you're kind of a dick sometimes.
Well,
or you can
I'm still
be.
cool with her. I like her.
Yeah.
No, I like her, but like she definitely like no one fat shamed you, Amira, on national television.
totally,
like
totally,
that.
yeah.
Like, here's the thing: unless they know each other much better than we're seeing on screen, and Georgia knows something about struggles that Amira has had, and like said that thing as like, which I have no reason to believe, but I am also open to that. Like, I don't fucking know what goes on in these kids' lives, but if that never happened, then that was a joke Georgia heard somewhere and repeated it. It had nothing to it, and Amira has an issue with that, which everyone's got their things. Everyone can get offended over something that the next person goes, what does that even mean? I don't even know what that means. And that's how I took what Georgia said. And I think that Amira holding on to it still months later, because that's when those confessionals are taped, and then to take it to a next level and say that she fat shamed me on national television, fuck that bitch, or shit, that bitch is dead to me, or something like that. And maybe Amira was joking. Maybe I don't know Amira well enough to know that like that was a joke that she just said, but
I mean,
if it wasn't,
she did
then
drop
like
that. She said it again this episode, that she's dead. So I don't think they like each other. I mean, I don't know if Georgia knows that they don't like it, or is aware, or
Georgia doesn't know.
cares, or whatever.
Georgia doesn't know where her pants are.
Yeah, but I
They're in a
don't.
box
Amira
in the
doesn't
hallway
like
of Charlie's
Georgia.
new apartment building.
I don't think Amira likes Georgia.
Our next scene is when Riley and Ariana meet up to like work out, whatever, and then they sit down and they have a conversation. And I did think, because I feel like what's so funny is I'm on my own island in this episode, so you guys probably took this totally differently.
I was on it last week.
Totally, it's nice. It's like a little vacation. This is part of why I do love this show, because I love how they sat down and talked about this. It wasn't just like Riley saying, you're an asshole, and let me tell you why. She was just like, I went to therapy and I talked about it, and it made me disappointed in myself.
Yeah.
Like, what a mature, lovely thing to come out of an uncomfortable situation and be like, okay, where can I hold myself accountable, right? And then Ariana also, in her own right, was just like, I shouldn't have said anything. And you're my girl. And if I'm disagreeing with you, I can just pull you aside and talk about it then. And I shouldn't have said anything, or I should have just had your back. Like, I was just refreshing and lovely, and I fucking loved this scene. And I love both of them. I love Riley and I love Ariana. I've loved them from the start, and they finished strong for me personally. Anything?
I just want to know what an extra icy thing is.
Oh, it just means like not as liquidy. You want like more ice in it so it stays.
I mean, I understand the concept of extra ice, but like, what if it's all blended together? Is that like an extra cold, or extra
it makes it thicker.
Chunky?
So like when it's not as thick, you drink it so fast, and then when it is,
the ice thickens a smoothie.
Yeah. I make a smoothie every day. So
Right.
Sometimes,
That's all my notes were. I like
that's why Mark is everyone's favorite journalist.
I like that because that's where it was Riley saying, I don't want to be that way. I don't want to turn out like Charlie doing X, Y, and Z. And that is what dinged to me. Like, Charlie's here to be the thing that's here. He's here to remind. He's like the ghost from Christmas past or Christmas horrible, whatever. Like that, just a reminder. Like this could happen to you. And so now I'm like, no, keep him around. If that's how we're looking at him, keep him around.
He's our cautionary tale.
Yeah.
Also, Morgan, go fuck yourself. I'm working. Sorry, you're blading your golf shots. I don't have time to look at your videos.
I doubt Morgan watches this show.
He doesn't.
Well, Morgan, you should watch this show.
And while I'm at it.
Wait, speaking of Charlie, the next scene is Charlie with his dad at his dad's apartment. I have not one note for this. I couldn't care less. I don't need to see Anwar anymore. I don't need to, whatever.
Also, don't forget about your COI. Well, shut up, bro. Also, going back, rewinding, another person who doesn't watch this show is Riley. And just the last, I do have one more thing to say about that. Like, they're commenting about, I don't know what I'm going to do and what I should pursue. And she's like, what's the worst that could happen? And Riley's like, failure. Yeah, that's the worst. And then you try it again. Like, you're going to be a DJ in the music business and anything in the entertainment business. Failure is your middle fucking name. It's fine, dude. Just keep going. Just keep going. Keep making another track. Do another thing. Nobody cares.
Especially if you have an allowance.
And a mom in the bit,
She doesn't really. Like her mom
like,
said, she gets 1 year after college.
It doesn't, like, whatever. It's you have all your stuff. Like, you want to make music, you have all the things to make the music. Just go home and make the music. And if it sucks, make another one. If that sucks, make another one. Eventually, they won't suck.
Or eventually you'll realize, like, I'm good at this other thing. I thought I wanted to do this,
like
but
mixing, I like editing, whatever. Just go fail. You got to fail. Go fail.
Riley, we've all failed so much. If that's any inspiration to you,
we're still failing. We're doing this for free. Like, I don't know. Maybe after a while, failure becomes skewed to you because
we're failing up.
Yeah, we're failing to the middle.
To be failing.
Exactly. Wait, do you remember the scene where Ramona Singer accuses Bethany of like sleeping her way to the top? And Bethany's like, sleep my way to the top? I haven't even fucked my way to the middle.
Yeah.
Somebody fuck me and get me to ground zero, okay?
Yeah.
Like, and it really is so true. Now she's trying to really like date a wealthy guy, but no. She married a pharmaceutical sales rep, which, don't get me wrong, those people make a lot of money. My sister and brother-in-law are both pharmaceutical sales reps, but like...
Not Manhattan money.
Not exactly. Not Bethany Frankel money. So anyway, okay. Then the next scene is when we get into Brooks pitching his parents. So please have at it.
I just think it was funny that this kid comes in and gives the shittiest pitch of his life, of anyone's life, of anyone I've seen. And I worked in TV development, so I've seen some really horrible pitches. This was at the top, and only he would sell it in the room, and then moments later be crying to the woman who bought the pitch for $100,000,
saying, "I just don't know how we're not going to be able to work together." Now you're going to be working this. That's your boss. Still your boss.
Correct. I also just want to know, Brooks, how did you get a $1.5 million evaluation on a company that doesn't exist?
How many tracksuits did he sell?
Listen,
it doesn't matter. He didn't sell 1 point.
Literally all that matters in his evaluation.
What would have been funny to me is if he said, when she says, like, I thought that I was under the pretenses this was a merger, and he should have been like, oh, it still is. A merger of your bank account into mine. It's really all the same.
But by the way,
nothing's changing here.
Then there's nothing new.
Money.
Who the fuck's paying for that apartment? His parents' bank account.
No, that entire thing. I don't think that Brooks could literally. I don't think he could make a single dollar that's not on a paycheck coming from Meredith Marks conglomerate, LLC, corporate, whatever.
What does his sister do? Is she also like, is she one of those new kids that says my mom and your mom, or is she adopted or something? I always thought that was so weird when brothers
my sister will do that. She's like, and then my mom got there. I'm like, and mine?
Yeah,
too?
like it's our mom. That's my mom too.
Yeah.
Not your mom. We're brothers, asshole.
The only thing I took from this scene, besides everything else that you guys have mentioned, is Brooks should be a house husband.
Yeah.
That is his calling in life.
Yeah. He wants to have a baby.
They should have a baby.
Yeah.
He should do beautiful floral arrangements. They should throw dinner parties where he smells like money and Capri in the summer.
Yeah.
Like, this is Brooks's best life to live.
What is his?
Where he could, like, he should be the character in La Cage aux Folles. You know,
Never seen it.
In the bird, you've never seen The Birdcage?
Oh, the bird.
Same thing. La Cage aux Folles, the play that it was based off of.
Oh, got it.
The guy that Nathan Lane played.
Oh,
He should be him,
yeah.
right? And every once in a while he comes
Yeah.
out and does a show.
But he could also he could continue being the creative director of his mom's company still, as it really doesn't mean anything. He could continue doing that. It would make him, because I think that Brooks does need a sense of purpose, even if it's just a kind of like, but
that's why House Husband is perfect for him.
I was gonna say, what do you mean? There's no sense of
He'd
purpose
run the
in a
home.
housewife?
He'd make it look
no,
beautiful.
I don't think that he would find that. I think that he wants to be a mogul.
Oh, he
just doesn't really understand what it means. But
I
you
want
could
to
just
be an
tell him,
Olympic
you're a mini
athlete.
mogul.
Yeah.
That's not going to
You're
happen.
the
I'm not
mogul
built
of
for
our
it.
house.
But you don't have
Wait.
anyone, like your parents are your parents. His parents are his parents. Like he could truly live a life believing that, like, on the day of his death, his memorial would be like, he ran this huge company his entire life. And like,
Wow.
he doesn't like, that is what I have taken that's a baby bird feeding. Like he gets baby bird fed 24 hours a day by the mom and the dad. And they love it. They want it that way. They don't want it any different.
Never change.
Wait, but
Yeah.
I don't understand then the sister. What? How come they're so different? How come they don't? Do they
Because
baby
we don't
bird
know.
the
No,
si-
because we know nothing about the sister. She could be the exact same way. We just don't have
But
a
she
camera on
doesn't.
her.
Was she not on the Housewives?
Barely.
Okay.
She could
She
easily be.
seems like totally different. Like I get what you're saying.
Yeah, I
that
have
in a way
no
of not-
context for
Yeah.
her.
They're like, I'm literally making this up because I don't have anything to go off
What
of.
we do here.
I know it's my jam. But like, I wouldn't be shocked at all if like Brooks and Meredith have just been like, they have a real connection and have
Yeah.
always been from jump. And she may not fit into that connection as much. Like that spot's taken.
Yeah.
The
Brooks
squeaky
is-
wheel
Brooks
gets
is
oiled.
the daughter she always wanted.
Pretty
That's
much.
exactly right.
Yeah. And that's not a gender thing, and that's
Yeah,
not
no.
but like he really does. He's like he's like a delicate flower that like you have to be really careful with, and you have to water perfectly and spray it with like mist, but like from far enough away where it's not like, it's just, he seems very like handle with care is
He's
like
an orchid,
fragile.
not a sunflower.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah. I liked the conversation. I had the kind of same thought that you did, was like, I like the conversation. But I need to see what happens, right? I'm not going to believe it or buy it. I think it's all fucking BS. And like, what were you, I don't understand what you were so swamped with, and I'm with the sisters. Like, so what's the problem? If you're too busy to do two things, what is still doing two things going to accomplish? Like, what is, you got to get rid of one.
And
like,
not for nothing, if having a conversation with your mom who is going nowhere, you're not saying F off, I never want to see you again, lose my number, I'm
didn't
putting
quit
myself up
his
for adult
job.
adoption. Like, your relationship
Adult
is
adoption.
you can do that.
You can. I'm emancipating myself. Your relationship is not going to change that much.
Yeah.
So like, if this is stressing you out and you can't like color on your iPad and have this conversation, how the fuck do you think you're going to run a company?
You can run that company because that's all he knows. I worked for you for 10 years. So what, you were 12?
Yes,
13?
you were 15 doing my social media posts,
Yeah.
which, by the way, that's all 15-year-olds do anyway. So
Totally. But the way he goes, I started your social media and stuff.
what's the and stuff?
Even the sentence that he used was so like, dude, just fucking I want to believe you. I've wanted to believe you this
But
whole
also,
season.
like,
Just come up, like, just try harder to, like, make me not feel so silly.
Yeah.
Not
Help me
happening.
help you.
But also, did I miss the part where he took the $100,000 and then resigned from his job?
Oh, right. No.
I didn't miss that part.
No.
So he didn't do that. So he just took $100,000.
Yeah.
No, he kind
Okay.
of did when they were crying. By the way,
But that's
also,
my
Meredith,
point. They
take
were
off your
crying
sunglasses.
and doing all that nonsense. But he never quit. Like, no one ever said he wasn't working for her anymore. He just got $100,000 to make another tracksuit. But then he was crying that they weren't like that. And I know it's what you're saying. Like, he never quit. You didn't quit, bro. You're not going anywhere. Nothing's happening. You just got to open up wider because $100,000 is a fat wash. That's gonna
be funny.
She was acting like he said, I'm moving to
Right.
Okinawa.
Yeah.
forever.
Forever. And there are no planes that
Yeah.
travel back and forth.
Mm-mm.
No planes even enter
Yeah.
this area of the world.
And
Okay.
I'm taking my Terry Light with me.
And I'm taking my Terry
Yeah.
Light with me. And this swatch is all you'll have to remember me by.
Yeah.
She was just like, I'm not disappointed in you, Brooks. Like, he's not going to war.
We
You
should.
people are nuts.
And it'd be funny if he was like, and I'm leaving my post, and she'd be like, I understand. Or if 6 months later, she's like, well, since you've left, and he's like, I never left. And she goes, of course. Like, it's like, doesn't matter. Like, he wasn't doing anything there anyways.
Mhm.
He was already forgetting the tags to put the tags in her clothes.
She needs his office for storage. So she's not super bothered by this.
It's like your neighbor like has been gone for 2 years, and then you run into them at the grocery store and be like, oh, so weird. See you on the way home. I moved
Yeah.
2 years ago.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
You got me.
Yeah.
The next scene is a real head scratcher for me. You guys are going to understand it completely. It's Omar and Charlie. First of all, if I were dating Omar and Charlie said those things to me, Charlie wouldn't have teeth.
Mm-mm.
Charlie would be eating all of his meals via a tube.
Mhm.
Like, how Omar just sat there and was like, no problem. I guess it's on me because they've all told me you don't have any money. You want to taste my rice beer, bro? And why, out of everyone that we have seen on this show, is the only person that has been showed a modicum of respect from Charlie is Omar, this person.
This game recognized game.
Or maybe scammer recognized scammer?
Yeah, that game recognized game. is the
Oh,
same
okay,
thing.
sorry.
Yeah.
No, sometimes it could be like good game. Like, oh, you're really,
I mean, not these two.
not these two.
First of all, I love Charlie walks in. He gets one of those upshots, so he looks bigger. Like they're just always playing around. This is a test tube. This season is an incubator to see like what's
Yes.
working. So they're like, oh, let's try this upshot. And he's walking into this meeting, but like he's got like plaid pajama pants on and his little heart necklace.
I can't. That necklace skeeves me out. Like I can't
and then
even tell you.
And then he orders a beer that's all foam that's called like Category A or something.
Who, Omar?
That's Charlie. They both get some weird drinks.
I think Omar's beer was frozen.
He got a rice
You
beer.
got a rice beer, so it's milk,
Oh.
milky white breast in color.
and then Charlie's looked like it was all foam, and maybe it was all ice. I don't know, but whatever. He's not paying for it. Who cares? It's probably a $40 beer.
Cindy from Omaha is.
But I just thought it was so funny that he's like, you said what you said. Now let me talk to you about my crypto idea. Like he didn't even say like you have to apologize. He pretty much just said like, clearly like what you said, it was a woman and that was wrong, and then that's literally all Omar says the entire time about it before proceeding to tell Charlie, I don't know you, but you've got a backbone.
There's something I like about you,
Yeah.
The
kid.
way you spoke to my lady, that
Yeah.
shows real backbone.
Yeah. Omar couldn't give a flying shit about what happened to Georgia. He's probably he probably thinks that Georgia like gets herself involved in these sort of situations. She's probably getting yelled at all the time from people that she didn't even know existed, like people are probably on the street yelling at Georgia and she's like, do you know him?
No, Georgia, he's saying your name.
Yeah.
He's screaming your name.
So Omar starts talking about, like, if I were to get involved in crypto again, it would be like a very extremely contrarian crypto,
a contrarian
group.
fund or something.
And I, and then basically the whole thing is basically Charlie just being like, I think I'm just the degenerate with no experience that you're looking for.
That you're looking for.
Yeah. Like, he's looking for a group of people that basically that are contrarians and don't need experience. So, like a rebel without a clue, like, is that on the job description? Because I'm your guy.
What he needs is that's shady 101, trickster 101.
Yeah.
You don't want the smarties because they'll know what you're doing. You want those dumb kids who have dollar signs in their eyeballs. So they just don't. They just do what you say, and once they start wondering, you kick them another stack, and they're like, oh, no, it's cool.
I don't need to know what's going on the 17th floor, Bernie.
Yeah. And he wants Charlie to raise money. So, of course, Omar's basically just having like a run-of-the-mill meeting with like anyone. Omar's running a chop shop and is just looking for salespeople like in fucking Wolf of Wall Street when he goes and works at that chop shop in that like mini mall.
Yeah, totally.
Selling the penny stocks and getting like, he's like, what do you mean the commissions are a bajillion %? I only get 0.5% at Goldman. Well, yeah, those are real companies. These are companies literally made in a shed in someone's backyard. Like, that's the address of their LLC. So Charlie is like the perfect person to come in, and he's got access to some money. He might get lucky, and one of his dad's friends might have a few too many highballs when he comes over and just decide to hand him a check. That might happen, and that will be $100,000 more than Omar started with. He has it or he doesn't, and he's just going to move. Like, that's just the way those guys move. This is like the perfect. This is the perfect partnership.
It is, and it's also Charlie right now. Charlie's like, oh, I can do this deal, get myself $40,000. That'll get me 6 months. Like, it's just, and then I'll deal with what's next in 5.5 months.
Yeah, and I'll be able to tell my dad.
In 6.5 months.
I'll make sure to get it mailed to my dad's house so that he goes, well, what's this? Yeah. Oh, that's just my paycheck.
Yeah,
just a little side hustle deal I put together. Don't worry about it. It's $40K. Yeah. Exactly, and it'll buy him another.
Crypto people send checks. I think it's all.
He'll probably send a fake. He'll do something to where his dad will have to know, because that's the only reason Charlie does anything. It's
like, when women want to make, like, remember When Harry Met Sally, Jess wanted to make her married boyfriend jealous. She's like, I sent flowers to myself.
Yeah,
like Charlie would send flowers to himself.
Yeah, exactly.
Crypto guy. Our next scene is Amira and Brooks FaceTiming, and they're just talking about the crappy apology that.
Yeah.
Ava gave him when they were like getting their pedicures or whatever, which was such a crappy apology. I don't know if you guys have any notes.
I just don't care.
Yeah, I don't care anymore
about the drive. I wouldn't have fucking, like, all I care about is like, and hopefully she learned her lesson. Don't care if she didn't. Is just next time, Ava, just tell him you don't want to go.
No, but that's my point. Yeah. That's what I've been saying the whole time. I don't give a shit. Okay, you don't want to go. Like, I do think you should go because you signed up, because like I said, that's how I was raised. If you sign up to do something, you fucking do it. Don't be the lame duck.
But what if you sign up to do two things and they happen on the same day? What are you supposed to do?
Well, first of all, you sign up to do the show first, right?
Before she started modeling?
No, before this fucking pop-up.
Right, but the career that she wants in her life is to be a model.
Yes.
That's how she wants to make her money. She took this job probably a little bit because of her dad, a little bit because she thought it would help, a little bit because of her team, whatever. As of now, side hustle. She took on two responsibilities. Over the course of 6 weeks, one thing happened on the same day.
Yeah, I guess what I'm saying is she's making this D&G pop-up seem like she's going to the Met Gala. It's a nothing event. It is a non-event. Someone else on the show who has a far bigger career in the career that you want, that you are aspiring to have a big career in, got the same event and said, I'm not going to go to this because it ain't that big of a deal.
Yeah.
And so you are pissing on our leg and trying to convince us it's raining. So just from the jump, say, I don't want to go. I say it all the time. Own it and you're free. If you just say, I don't want to go to your fucking birthday party, okay, great. Then that's who you are. You'd rather fucking go to this stupid event and get your nails done and hang out with your dad and his slutty vegan. But then just say that from jump. Don't try to sit here and be like, oh, well, I think it was on Tuesday, but then it was Wednesday. And maybe there was something on Thursday, but the event was on Thursday, but it was actually on Sunday. Like, just don't lie. Just from jump, say, I don't want to go to your birthday party, Brooks.
So an 8-hour drive to go.
It's not an 8-hour drive. She's saying
I see. I don't know that.
No, remember we were talking about it on one of the
from
episodes?
New Jersey?
It would take her maybe 4 hours there, and then she would go straight back to the city from there.
4 hours where?
To get to, at most, because I did this drive in the thick of summer. I drove from where she was in South Jersey to Montauk, and it took me like 4 hours.
Okay. I also wouldn't drive 4 hours anywhere. Like, I'm not going.
And 4 hours one way is 3 hours the next. So
but then she's just driving back to the city.
Cool.
Yeah.
So she exaggerated an hour, maybe 2?
No, because she would have had to have driven back to the city anyway. So that drive it cancels each other out. You don't live in Montauk. You would have to go from Montauk to the city, whether you just went to the event or went to Brooks's birthday.
How far is Jersey Shore from Manhattan?
2 hours, 2.5 hours.
2.5 hours?
Yeah. So, but she's going to Montauk, which is at the end of the Hamptons, end of Long Island.
Oh, so it's like basically
2.5 more hours.
So it's basically like this, like you're either going
city.
here from there or there, and it's like the same amount of time. Basically, is what you're.
North
the
and
event
south.
was in Montauk,
right?
So she would have driven with all of them from the city to whatever to South Jersey, and then she would have driven that 4.5 hours max to Montauk to go to her event. And then whether she just went from the city to Montauk or South Jersey to Montauk, she still has to drive back to the city. So she's inconveniencing herself 2 hours to go to her friend's birthday party.
I mean, I wouldn't go either. I also just think that she has decided, and like maybe because I always look at some of these actions like I don't like Ava. I don't care about Ava. She's a little asshole. Like I just like I don't have any use for Ava. But I also kind of like that Ava doesn't have any use for anyone here either. And I kind of like that her attitude, like you don't really have to like wonder. Like, yeah, she'll say you're coming. So like if you were taking her very literally and just like at her face value of like what she says, and sure we'd love to take everyone's word and everything. But every action that she's made, every facial expression she has made tells me exactly what I need to know. She does not care about any of these people. I think Brooks is like, it's nice that I have a friend named Brooks and we live in the city and whatever. Like, I don't think she's traveling anywhere to be somewhere in a place she doesn't really want to be in a car for longer than she really wants to be in one with people that she definitely doesn't give a shit about.
I totally agree. I then just want, this is my point. I just want her to be that person and say that. She didn't want to go to Meredith's caviar party when it was 2 fucking doors down from where she was.
Yeah.
It's not the drive. She doesn't want to be with these people. So then just say that. Be like, I don't really fuck with you. And if you're here in the same salon that I'm at when I'm getting my nails done, I'll sit next to you. But besides that, I want to go out of my way about this much for you.
Yeah.
So say it, Ava, and then I'll have respect for you.
But also show up for work because you committed to your job.
Well, that's my personal belief that you should show up to like the things that you committed to.
So should she show up to the things that she's committed to, or should she say, fuck off?
If she doesn't want to, then she should just be honest. Like, I don't want to do it.
No, that's what I thought that we were talking about, like job, like you said that is your friend, but like, it's also like your obligation. Like my original, like what I'm talking about is like how sometimes I think that like I will go above and beyond for something that like isn't necessary. I would get paid anyways. 90% of the other people are doing it this way, but I'll be the asshole that shows up 2 days in a row when really only one day was like necessary or whatever. So sometimes I see people do that thing where they're like, I don't need to go there. I gave them my schedule. This thing came up when I took the job. I told them I have castings all the time. I have events that I have to go to, whatever. Oh, and production anywhere is going to be like, well, no, don't worry about it. We're totally going to work with you. And then production is going to plan whatever the fuck they're going to plan, and then tell you to show up and just hope that you do. Hope that a call sheet there's 2 people that look at call sheets. One person that goes, nah, and one person that goes, oh my God, this is an official document. I have to, like, I'm contractually obligated to be somewhere, So you just sort of send it out and hope for the best if you're the production manager.
Bro, I've gotten people who have like written me about, and you have to pay me for they got canceled or whatever. Yeah. And I'll be like, no, you got canceled. Like the day got canceled, but I got a call sheet.
Yeah, they're like,
that's
no,
because I'm good at my job. Yeah. You got a call sheet 4 days before you're supposed to.
Tomorrow you'll be complaining you didn't get a call sheet.
Yeah, that's exactly. So that's a contract. They'll be like, that's agreement. And I'm like, no, that's a call sheet.
Yeah.
That's a call sheet.
Yeah. Do you know how many call sheets I still get from shows I've been working on in years? Who's the girl that keeps emailing me? The press lady from NBC.
True.
No, Julie True.
Julie. Yeah.
Julie True. Yeah.
Julie.
I'm on all the emails and I'm like, thanks, Jules.
It's been years.
Told you 50 times. I don't work here.
Dude,
Yeah.
So funny.
I'm just saying, if you don't want to do your job, fine. Or you don't want to show up for this thing that, in my opinion, you committed to, no problem. But then just say it. Don't be like, I have a fitting and I can't miss this because of my career. Just be like, I'm not getting out of bed for less than $10,000 a day. Be Naomi Campbell.
Yeah.
That's it. Now we get to, guys, it's here. It's Club. It's Club time. And we know we start with like the kind of Brooke saying, I'm gonna stand up for myself. I'm gonna say something. You did-ish. Better than nothing. Better than what you've done all season, but it still wasn't really standing up for yourself. Again, because this is a comedy now. I was laughing when we could hear everyone's, obviously I know it's not real, but like their thoughts in their head. And then when Hudson's like, listen, somehow I'm in the middle of this and I don't want to be in the middle of this. And Ava's like, well, I don't know how you are. And he's like, no, I'm physically standing in between you two.
Of the season.
Ever.
Whoever put that together deserves an award.
Yeah.
In my book. Like, it was perfect. And even the shitty fucking 30 seconds of like everyone and cutting to Ariana. And I'm also loving the inner monologues. Like, these are fucking hilarious. Of her being like, what have you learned this summer? Shut your fucking mouth. Don't say anything. And then back to him and like.
And then Gia, you're not his mouthpiece. You're not his mouthpiece.
Like but it looks like it's like so cheesy and dumb, but like it looks like, oh man, this is going to suck. And then finally that comic relief of like, no, I'm literally stuck in the middle. I'm gonna excuse myself. And both of them being like, oh yeah, no, right. Fucking pissed myself. It was so funny.
It was so good. It was
that and like I know it was in the halfway, but when Georgia and Charlie were sitting outside and he's like, I haven't really been in that many relationships, or I've been in a bunch of relationships. And she's like, this girl, the hotel girl, and Lindsay. And he's like, oh, she didn't count. She's like, what, you weren't in love with Lindsay Lohan?
That's what I'm saying. Like, dude, these are the conversations that I want to, like, that I would want to be having. Like,
these are the conversations
dry dickhead humor.
We've had for 28 years and a little bit longer. That is it. Oh, you were in love with Lindsay Lohan? Like, so funny.
The only other thing from this episode or maybe two things that I clocked was, Georgia, you did nothing. Like you maybe changed a light bulb and you have a DJ there. Like, this is what you're showing to investors?
No, I'm convinced there's something else going on here.
And then it ties into the second point is like, I guess maybe when you've got the confidence that Georgia has, you can just fucking piss in a cup and be like, try my new lemonade. Like, what the fuck? She was so confident when she was talking to that guy, Miguel. She's like, looks like you're ready to invest. Do we have a deal, buddy? I'm like, you got a future in car sales if you.
No, that's fucking salesman 101. Georgia's going places because dudes with money want to spend their money. They want to show everyone they got the money and that they'll spend it. And that's how you get their money. You fucking walk up to them, you tell them what you're doing, you tell them that they want to invest, and then you stick your fucking hand out. And they don't know what to do except shake your hand because at that point, you've already said they're doing. You already told the guy with the millions of dollars, the egomaniac, most cases.
That is so funny.
That he's fucking doing this. You already told, what's he going to do? Back out? You're going to fucking back out now? You're doing it. We already did. Shake my hand. Okay, and then you shake your hand, and granted, that's not gold, but like that's how you get these dudes. She fucking nailed. I bet you that guy gave her money and is like, I don't care what you do. Here's some money. Like maybe he,
deposit on your new apartment.
Yes, but like
that was the old one.
That was fucking New York swindler 101. She fucking murdered that. And then it took me back to when she went to the lady and was like, here's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna fill this place with motherfuckers. They're all gonna be drinking. Like she knows that she's going to be used fine.
Yeah.
She's good. It's good.
Do you remember when we were at the BMW dealership and like every time the guy would say, like we were just there on a whim and we're like, oh, I had to turn my other lease in, so we'll just stop by here and drive this one car. like did not plan on leaving with a car that day, but then like they just kept acting like they could do it. But then like every time like they would come back with like a new term or well, we could do it for this and we could do, and every time we would come to a figure, which actually we didn't budge. We were at the same figure the entire time. He would go to shake my hand every time right before it, and he would like have to go talk to someone else about it. But finally I was like, I don't need to, there's 4 handshakes. Like,
did you say that?
Yes. I finally was like, no, bro, no more handshakes. Do it or we have to go. Like, bro, I've been very clear with you.
Yeah, it was the best. It led me to, and everyone has their horrible, like nobody likes buying cars. Some people do, but most people don't because it fucking sucks. It's a horrible experience. This day was one of the most impressive days we've probably ever had as a couple. But like, totally impressed by her, and like we were sitting there and she's buying the car, I'm a fucking idiot, like, but he keeps looking at me like, well, it's only a few $100s more, and I was finally like, bro, I don't know why you're fucking she's the boss, you're fucking looking at the wrong guy. And that's when she's like, dude, I'm not, and she gave him a thing. And finally, after whatever, he comes back and he's like, all right, the main guy comes. He's like, listen, he's not going to like this, my sales guy, but here's what we're going to do for you guys. And he says a thing, and I was like, I go to her, I'm like, here, and she's like, no, let's go to Lexus. And we're like, okay, cool, we'll just run down the street. I'm like, we're gonna run down to, and the guy's like, listen, you tell me what it's gonna take. And I was like, I'm pretty sure she told you like an hour and a fucking half ago. It's this down and this much a month, and you got a deal. And he's like, if I can make that deal, and I'm like, bro, you fuck off. If you can make that deal, we said that an hour ago.
Do you speak the English? Like, that's what I told you.
He was like, cool. As soon as, it was amazing. It was amazing. But it led me to go get my car when I went and got my Jeep.
Because you just tell them. Just tell them what you're paying. And then like they will eventually, like don't go on the day that you need a car. Go 1 month before you have to turn your lease back in.
Go at the end of the year, tell this trick to everyone.
You have to go when you don't need it because they need you to buy the car. Now here's the only caveat to that. Tesla is whether you like the car or not, they're really changing how things are done.
I mean, I just mean like
totally. I'm just wondering if other car companies are going to jump onto this because it's literally like getting an iPhone. Like maybe they're running a special as company of Apple or like not Apple, like Verizon's running a special or whatever. But like you plug you don't even, there isn't even a salesperson there. You have an app. And you plug in all the information and it's like, here's what it is.
Yeah.
And like, it doesn't matter where in the country you are, where in the world, or I can't say world. And like, that's just the number. It was very interesting because I have purchased and leased multiple cars and I had never had that experience. It's always the wheel and deal. And you walk in and they're like, we don't do that. We don't even know what you're going to pay.
After that experience and the experience I had buying the car that I have now, which was the same end of the month, go when you don't need a car. And it goes from a nightmare to full-blown fun. Like, it becomes a good-ass time.
I know, when you said nobody likes getting a car, I'm like, I love it, because you go and you don't need it, so you get what you want.
Yeah, it was fun as hell. I
go on New Year's Eve around 3 o'clock.
No, end of the month. End of the month or end of the year?
No, end of the quarter, end of the last quarter, end of the year. Like you're on the last day of the month, the last day of the quarter, the last day of the year. That is the time.
That's how you got your
don't
first
have anything.
You got like December 30th went in.
That was the like, X3 was that.
Here, give it to him.
And then they just handed me. I didn't even really look at it, and it was more than I even went in for. It was almost like. Car dealerships are crazy. I will never understand what goes on over there, but sometimes they'll have nicer cars that they just like have too many of. Yeah. And so it's like, it's like cheaper to get that one than it is to get the model under it that they don't have that many left of. But like, you don't know those things going into it. And like, listen, the leases totally changed. Like I ended up buying my lease out because like they wanted double the amount this last time. And I'm like, y'all are tripping.
Yeah.
I've leased my entire life and like, you want double the amount of my old car for like the newer version of just the exact same car? Double? That's crazy. So things they haven't changed in this economy. I don't know what goes on out there, but for the most part, I say just tell them what you want.
Well, we're at our last scene where we are just kind of getting everyone's updates from end of summer, going to fall, and great. I love watching Hudson and Ariana look at their Pima cotton and see all that shit. All I give a shit about is what happened in Sri Lanka. I need to know what the argument was about. I also have to say, as a woman who has been through a breakup, you can go so wrong with that post-breakup look, and Georgia couldn't have landed hers any better.
She fucking nailed it.
But nailed it.
Backing up a smidge to Brooks, I'm going to shit on him one last time. Brooks asking, should we get $100 in quarters? Is like the rich, like asking the rich guy how much is a gallon of milk?
No.
Maybe to do his laundry.
Should we get $100 in quarters? Is the rich guy way of asking, should we get fries for the table?
I don't get it.
I don't get that either. When they were at the bowling alley and they were the vending machine, they were like, oh, there's a vending machine. And then they went back to get quarters only.
Got it.
And he's like, should we get $100 in quarters? No, dude. No.
That sounds like someone who's never worked for $100.
That's like the equivalent of asking a rich person how much is a gallon of milk, and they're like $1.50.
Yeah, I just meant like he's treating it like it's fries for the table, which is like $8 or something, you know. Yeah. So it's like, should we get some fries for the table? Should we get $100?
So we're gonna workshop this show,
should
guys.
Should everyone get a roll of quarters? Like he doesn't even know what a roll of quarters.
No, you could give him one roll and he'll be like, "That's a lot of quarters."
Oh man,
no, that's just
$100.
$20.
Yeah,
it's not even. It's 10.
That is that's 2 hours of minimum wage, Brooks, just so you know.
Another thing about that bowling alley scene, just the whole production of it and how everybody was like so let down. I think that like that is just one way to see that this deal was never something that was like sitting, like nobody was handing Georgia $1 million to do anything. If you had a serious investor, and that's why I got all bent out of shape about the privilege thing, because the guy that she was dating was going to offer her this money, which you have a better shot of getting that from a guy off the street than you do. Like way more problems can arise with a guy that you're dating who clearly they are not a match. Like clearly she's probably dating this guy because it seems like they have the same interests, and which include funding Georgia's interests, you know. And I think that if there was ever any real money there, he would have given her some money to fucking throw that party that it's like your investment for the investors. Like you got to have at least 20 grand to go put something together.
This is your investment pitch.
Exactly. This is your pitch deck. Yeah. She like made that out of like, she had a projector screen in her trunk and like only has so much. Like I think that whole thing really for her was establishing a relationship with a venue that she could just throw parties at that are not of like.
She doesn't even want to throw parties there because didn't you hear when she was pitching to Miguel? She said, now imagine this, but downtown. And,
yeah,
you know, and then they throw in their word of the week and then a contrarian crowd.
Yeah. You don't throw that party. Georgia is not an idiot. You don't throw that to really try to get a real investor. I think that the show said, we would love to follow this journey. We would and there's no budget for this, or there is. We'll give you $500 to put something to, or like maybe nothing. But like that's her story, is that she's this person, and so they're trying to plan with her. What's your finale thing going to be? What's the ultimate Georgia? What is this season led Georgia to? Trying to get investors to open up this big idea that she has. There was just no way that she was really seriously trying to sell that to that guy with the man bun ponytail. Like I feel like I can't remember what he was wearing, but it was an interesting.
He had like a black turtleneck and like a black jacket and then like Cuban links.
Yeah. And so that was a fake scene to me. That was not really a fucking, I'm putting on a show to get $1 million investment right now. Like I don't buy it. Absolute horseshit. The other thing, how you were saying you need to know what happened in Sri Lanka, is that where they got in the argument?
Well, that's the last scene where where she ends up at Charlie's apartment and she's like, I'm just so happy to be back in New York. But like he literally left her in Sri Lanka and had his assistant move all of her shit to Charlie's hallway. That was, what the fuck happened?
Well, I think that when you actually don't really have $1 million to invest in your girlfriend's project, you probably wait for them to say anything that can let you go, I can't, this isn't working. Like you cause a big hullabaloo, as Taylor Greene would like to call it, if she's learned the definition yet. I think that was par for the course of that relationship, because at a certain point, that money wasn't going to be coming. from him. And so
do you think they were on vacation and she called him out for
not even
having
called
the
him
money?
out? I think that I think that as it's getting closer or whatever's leading up to it. And like, listen, I have no idea what went on in that room, but I just know that kind of relationship, that's how that kind of relationship ends, is when it's coming down time to fucking pay time and you got the jig is up. You don't have $1 million to give
This isn't
person.
calling me an Uber. This is a bigger deal.
Yeah. And so
it
then
could be. I feel like that. I don't know. But you could be right. I genuinely don't
that
know.
is just a shot in the dark.
Yeah,
I'm very much generalizing what this relationship was. That's how that relationship ends. But I don't know anything about what happened between them.
Zero idea. But I would go with more like Amira / Charlie / friends being like, hold on, Amira told me to Google your dude and I fucking did. Did you know X, Y, and Z? And then she's like, what's this fucking thing with this bullshit story? And he's like, what the fuck are you talking? Like that.
Anything that's going to maybe start unraveling something.
I'm with you on your thing. Like that totally makes sense. Is like, oh, you promise a thing and you don't have the thing. And then before the time where you have to deliver the thing, you now have to come up with an excuse to get rid of this thing that you're going to have. Like, cause you know, like that makes perfect sense.
Yeah.
So I think both things could be true, but I would, given that we all don't know dick about dick, I would probably bet my guess for this quiz show would be that some of the friends were like, yo, your dude's shady. Look at this old ass stories. And she brought that up. Although now that I'm saying that out loud, on vacation in Sri Lanka seems like a dumb place to bring that up.
Try this. We obviously saw where when her and Charlie got into that argument, she was totally cool. She wasn't saying anything. I think the only thing that she said that could be halfway controversial, but then again, like, I don't even know if Georgia even meant it this way, but Charlie's talking about, oh, I was just with Ava at this place. Her dad wants us to run this thing or whatever. And she's like, well, why didn't you call me? Like, that's the business I'm in. I can't believe you didn't involve me in that. And then his first thing is, I'm looking to involve you less.
Yeah.
And then she goes right back to, you know what? Same. Because you're a piece of shit. You're fucking daddy's boy. You're and just goes on. And so I'm wondering if they're in Sri Lanka, if they're doing whatever, I don't know. And she's constantly talking about business. Maybe he says something like, you know what? Like, it seems like you need a lot of money for, like, you haven't really done a lot of work on this, or I'm not really seeing the vision, or like that's not going to work or whatever. And she goes, what the fuck do you know? You know what? I heard you don't even have the money anyways. And then it just goes down like that's because that's the kind of like back and forth that you fucking leave someone in Sri Lanka.
Yes, but hold on.
Good luck to you.
And how do you say I need an Uber in Sri Lanka or whatever the language is?
Yeah.
Hold on. What about something like this? Because you got to remember her history, right?
Yeah.
Her mom and dad were working together.
Yeah.
And then the dad, unbeknownst to the mom, bankrupted them completely, or the business.
Yeah.
So clearly that's a trigger for her. And he had a no joke thing happen. He had it involved the SEC.
Yeah.
Like, I think he got into pretty big trouble. So she might not have even gone for him, but maybe she was questioning him because of the SEC thing. And now he's doing something else that maybe is legit, but she doesn't know that.
Yeah.
And because of her background, she's asking questions because she doesn't want to experience what her mom experienced. And now she's living with him, and now he's funding her work, and he's paying paying a lot of her bills.
Yeah.
It's certainly paying for the vacation, the apartment, whatever. She's realizing, like, oh, maybe I should ask certain questions, and maybe she asks one too many. And he was like, you don't need to know it. And that's what spurs the argument. And
that could totally be it. It would be funny.
Like, very mafia mentality. Like, you don't need to know. Is your shit paid for? That's all you need to know.
Because he seems that way. And then it would also be if she was head in the sand, or like not head in the sand, because that's different. Like, that's just being in like denial about things. But like, we talk about Georgia having like that suspended reality and kind of just living, like creating her own reality everywhere, except for when it comes to money in the bank. Like, she might just have one space. And that's kind of how she dealt with Charlie too, about like, you're a facade, you're a joke, you would be homeless if you're like, there might just be something very specific about like but how much fucking kashish do you have in the bank that you could go withdraw right now? Not, well, I got this thing coming in, or I got,
if I liquidate this.
Yeah, exactly. Or I'm trying to sell this place over in the fucking Zimbabwe, you know, that like, does it exist? Does it not? Who fucking knows? So that could be like her, like where she does laser in and goes, I think you're full of shit.
I think the moral of the story for me, when we got to the end, how they wrapped this it's like a season light, season lit.
Yeah, it's incubator.
The season lit.
It's a test shot. You know, everything about it tells me that, because I think that they're going to move forward with it.
That's all I really cared about. I was like, oh my God, I left feeling I need a season 2 of this. I have to know what happened in Sri Lanka. I need to know what's going on with Ariana and Hudson. I have to figure out if Ava's coming back and actually wants to be a part of the cast this year or whatever. Like I need to know these things, which is good. That's how you want to leave your audience.
I don't need to know any of that. I want to see.
Fuck about it. I want to see it. I enjoyed
all those
it.
things. It's so funny that we just have totally like.
About
well, I'm also I'm a give a shitter. You know what I mean? Like I care about I'm not like gonna try to go and whatever I'm keep thinking like nurse. Obviously, I don't want to breastfeed these kids, but I mean like I'm not Janet. Like I don't want to become friends with them and get on the show. I just mean like as far as a good show is concerned, I think we're at the start of something, and so I'm curious. Like it's not a Craig and Paige breakup.
No.
But how do you think we get to a Craig and Paige breakup?
No, it's true.
We crawl before we walk. Okay?
Yeah.
You ungrateful asshole.
I think that like the things that I want to know is like, I want to know who they're going to move forward with. I want to know the tone that they're going to choose, what they're going to like decide to make their fucking, if you got one line to describe the show, like what is that line and how are they going to move forward with it? That's all I care about, because that they have something, but they've got some choices to make. So I'm curious about their choices. Yeah,
like I said, I'm voting for the funny edit.
Yeah, I would way better
like
it.
The funny edit
just being funny.
Yeah, but I wouldn't cover this show if it were just funny. Like we would cover it in like a way that we just like discussed about it. Yeah, like
it's
where
not,
you
there's
just
nothing
like
to cover.
Yeah, exactly. There's not like a week to week where you're like, oh my God, it's almost just like you're making fun of like and you're laughing at them and it's not serious, and like when something out of left field does happen, you're not pissed that you didn't see it coming. You're so excited that they threw you a curveveball that you didn't see coming, because there's no stakes in it. Like
I like
it doesn't
this. I like the
matter.
comedy matched with the stakes and a little bit of drums.
Yeah. If I knew who fucking Shep Rose was for 10 episodes, and then on the 11th and 12th he was a completely different person, that's devastating to me because like I think I know who you are. I think I have you dialed in, but on this, the way that this show's doing, like don't waste your time trying to dial in, because they haven't even dialed in who the kids haven't, because they're kids, and the producers haven't decided who they want the kids to be anyway. So like no one knows who they are.
Coca said, I was dying when Georgia and Riley started walking down the dock and the rest of the group was returning to their boats. And they immediately got exhausted when they saw them and how drunk they were. Why is she in a robe? And then Charlie said, I'm going home, bro. I just love that we know that you were laughing as well. I'm not trying to rub the laughter in your face. I just thought it was so fucking funny. Anyway, Shannon Fall said, Charlie and Ava share locations. Check these locations and say love you when getting off the phone. So you're in a relationship?
Yeah, that's
interesting. And she never talks about her boyfriend.
I wonder how close Ava and Georgia are. Like, I wonder if they have, because remember that argument that they had in the very beginning when she says to Ariana, she doesn't really scream fashion to me. Now, if Georgia told me that she was starting a fashion line, I understand Georgia's point of view. So it seems like she's got a respect for Georgia that she does not have for these other kids.
Well, Georgia's a city kid.
Right.
So they've got to have some paths crossing and some mutual respect for, like, again, game recognized game.
Yeah.
Harris said, oh God, I don't want to read this, but I'm going to meow me for a bachelorette next May. I'll be saying meow me for the next year. And I said, please do not encourage this behavior.
I tuned out for a second. What was he saying that he's going to say? Harris
also said, give me Dylan and Shai and make Charlie a friend of for the occasional crash out. And this show will surpass Summer House for me. I can't say it'll surpass Summer House for me, but I love those notes. Give me Dylan and Shai and make Charlie a friend of that occasionally crashes out. Good notes, boo. Love the T24 said, surprisingly, I really like Next Gen. They remind me too of my college days. Hopefully the show will help Gia relax a little since she has already done her adulting. I think you nailed it, that she is so used to having to take on the adult role. I don't want her to become the odd man out because she is a buzzkill because her family life was so serious from such a young age. I really feel very strongly. There's another comment that I have somewhere in here that this is why she feels like she has to police people.
Yeah.
Sorry, this is just, Harris had so many good ones. Harris said, yes, Mike, I need more Amira lore, which Mike is maybe rolling back on that now.
I would like to hear more from her.
Okay.
I want to know more about her. The last episode and a half showed me and it might be fun. I don't know. I haven't gotten a lot of Amira, but it seemed a little fucking bitchy. Like just some bitchy comments that I was like, those don't seem like the Georgia / Charlie comments where you're like, oh, that's 50-50. If you know, then you know. No, that they're just being funny. But if you don't know, they're being dicks. You know what I mean? I didn't get that vibe with Amira's comments. I was like, to me, I was like, dang, those felt a little saucy. A little spicy mayo.
You know what we didn't talk about is how Ava said when Brooks was saying after talking to Amira, it seems like maybe you didn't have to go to that event or maybe like wasn't that big of a deal. And Ava goes, well, first off, I wouldn't read too much into that as I'm not exactly sure that she actually got an invite. I was like, oh, you're not, Ava? You're not exactly sure if Amira got the same invite as you. If she didn't, it's because they're not wasting their time.
By the way,
like giving her one that she'll just RSVP no to.
And just so you know, Amira is sure that she got the invite, and she already showed it to production during her confessional.
Oh, she did? I didn't even see that.
Oh, yeah, they flashed it on the screen
twice.
God,
I didn't even see that. That's hilarious.
And Amira goes, oh my God, it's a pop-up? Maybe for like a store opening, but you don't do that for a pop-up. Like, so that's, and I think you're onto something with like some of the comments that she's making, but because she comes in with shit like that, where no, that is live and direct and it's clear. And she did help us make sense of the fact that like, if this is for your career, then you need to be worried about your career.
Yeah.
But she also told Georgia to stand on the side of the road. Someone will pick you up. I guarantee it.
Yeah, no,
so
that's
if we're gonna go fat shaming, if we're gonna make the Exempic joke about a fat shaming thing, then why are you whore shaming this girl?
No, I'm not disagreeing with you. That's why I said like those comments can be there, and I might even let like how Natalie's saying with some of these kids, she'll let some stuff slide because one, they're figuring out who they are, or like I'm not taking this person seriously, or I want Charlie to be the villain because of X, Y, and Z. Yeah. I'm thinking I might be in that space with Amira where it's like, okay, you're saying that stuff, but then you deliver me something that is crucial to the storyline that I'm interested in knowing.
Yeah, that's so true. Like, I'll always go back to the big, like the 3-hour long debate we had back and forth about like, who fucked over who, Kyle or Craig, like, or just like, did Craig fuck over Kyle and whatever. And it was like, at the end of the day, like, it did not matter what your argument was. I don't like Kyle. So like, it's like everything he does to me is annoying and produced and not, and like really trying to be something that like, I think he is not. And so like, with so many characters that at a certain point, I will just be like, I don't care. I don't care. I don't like her. I don't like him. I don't like, whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, or I care about, I want to see what's next. So I don't care if they did that thing. But if it was someone else that I already kind of was like irked on, I'd be like, fuck them, never put them on my screen again. This is horrible. Put your foot, stand here. Like I'm standing up for this one. If it was someone else, I'd be like, it's fine.
I feel like Phaedra is someone like that where you just, because she's so good and she's so funny and she does have like interesting dynamic things going on in her life, but she has done some really wild shit on.
I don't know who Phaedra is.
Oh, she was on Real Housewives of Atlanta. Like massive star of Real Housewives of Atlanta. You would love her. She's hilarious. Yeah. She really is. And smart and other things. And so it's like, oh God, I know she made up this horrible lie that Candy, Riley's mom, raped someone, drugged someone and raped them. Like
she said that Riley's mom did that to someone?
Like really, Phaedra said that. And it came out during one reunion. It was the craziest reunion ever because you're watching the truth come out in real time and everyone realized like who was used, like why Phaedra shouldn't have said this and whatever.
Why? They took them to a reunion to figure that out.
It was a rumor. That's what she was hanging her hat on. Like, I didn't think you were capable of this, but I had been told this. And then you spread the rumor. And so it's like you want to stay mad at Phaedra because that's such a horrible thing to say about someone when it's not true. But like, she's back on the show and you're kind of happy she's there. Anyway, and Candy is like one of my top 3 housewives. So don't come for me because I love her. Okay. Danielle Warren said, I always feel that you all deserve to hear how much I appreciate you first and foremost. You ladies and gents extend beyond the camera from your home to mine and have touched my life in the best way. Thanks, Danielle. So sweet of you. Okay. So during this next gen episode, I feel like an apprentice of you all whose eyes are finally opening to some things. First, I genuinely love how Riley communicated to Ariana how she felt about her interaction with her situation with Georgia. She calmly and clearly stated from a friend to a friend what I can empathize with. Be a supportive friend in public and speak to me about the constructive criticism off to the side, even in the bathroom or some one-on-one time. I also love how openly Ariana, friend to friend, received that message from her friend. Pure gold, because these 2 young women are being authentic and genuine, and I pray that their bond grows forever. Okay, I just started the episode, but had to drop this in. And
was that all Danielle?
Yes.
Well, are we getting a new puppy? I'm just wondering I'm just curious if there's been
and how's it going with the kitty?
There's been a new Oh, I forgot about the cat. Oh yeah. How is that going?
Yeah. Can you also drop us an update on both of those things? And I agree with you completely. We talked about that earlier and I just thought she said it really well.
Yeah.
I'm also stealing Kitty City.
Kitty City?
That's what she said. Oh. Like something about them over in Kitty City.
So cute. Joe Schmo said, Riley doing the worst audition for Wipeout ever. Probably my favorite scene. I forgot about that show and it makes me want to go back and watch it. LOL. And Amira with that, I'll show up for you. Bravo, wink. Ava who? It's a good, clean mess. And I'm here for the next season already. And I think that's how Joe Schmo nailed it for me. Like, you're not saying anything horrible. You're not like taking someone down in that respect. So like, oh, I'm okay with it. Grace Carr said, I think Ava doesn't like to be inconvenienced by things that don't matter to her. We've already seen that she doesn't shy away from an argument, that she's passionate about the whole Charlie situation at Gia's party. But she was 100% over the Ariana fight before it even happened. And I think she didn't want to interact with or apologize to Ariana more than wanting to go to Meredith's caviar party in the rain, which is why she was so late. Mostly all of the New York kids already don't like Jersey, so I'm sure she didn't want to travel to a state she doesn't like with people she doesn't like for a birthday party of an quote-unquote okay friend. I would be shocked if she stays on for season 2. I could see her as a friend popping in when she wants to, like she's been doing now. And I'm curious, we said this before, but I'm also curious to see, does she come back as like a full-fledged castmate?
I know.
Season 2.
I only want her to come back. If she's going to act like this, I just want people to call her out on it and say, like, it seems like you feel like you're too good for this. It seems like you just think like this isn't your scene. And I'm just wondering, like, what are you doing here then? Like, that's the only reason I care if Ava comes back, because if all we're going to get from her is just no shows or showing up in the last 30 minutes of whether it's her own events or our events, and then just being super kind of like light and kind of blasé about in her conversations where like you could just tell she doesn't care about any of the conversations. So go away.
Yeah, so just own it and you're free across the board. Like, Ava, you own what you want to do. If you do come back season 2, then everyone else own the fact that it's like, you signed up to be here, but I don't really think you want to be here.
Yeah.
Like, call her out on it.
Yeah.
You know who would call her out on it? Johnny Smiles, who can't wait until Dame Dash is Charlie's father-in-law.
Yeah.
Horseface Ethel said, I stopped watching Real Housewives a very long time ago, years and years and years. So I don't know when Gia stopped being a huge brat herself, because she used to be shockingly bratty, but seems to have calmed down. I'm curious how that happened. And I just wanted to let you know, as someone who's never stopped watching The Housewives, she really changed when shit got serious in her life, family life, with her parents both having to be sentenced to real jail time back to back. She stepped up. She became a real adult. She was helping parent those kids, get them ready for school. Specifically, like, her mom was gone for about a year. Her dad was 4 years. and there's 4 kids in that house. And when the mom was gone, she really was the mother to those 3 kids.
Yeah.
And even Joe would say like he was drinking too much and he had a lot of guilt from everything that happened, rightly so.
Yeah.
But I think she knew more than she should have known and picked up the slack.
Yeah.
Okay. Carrie Peacock said, I wish Charlie would have found Riley's phone just so she could say, okay, cool. I'll take the $1,000 off the amount you owe me from the box tab. He's clearly desperate for money, diving in so fast. That would have been.
That's all I wanted.
Oh, brilliant.
Yeah.
Shannon Fall said, Omar's suits are giving Bible salesmen. They age him severely. I need Georgia to give him a quirky glow up. And I just want to say, unfortunately, that's not going to happen. But she gave herself a quirky glow up and it was great.
At the bowling alley when I can't remember who it was, Gia or somebody was like, I never met Omar. Which one is Omar?
Oh, this was
and
great.
Charlie's like, yeah, let me know which one, or let me know when you see the guy in the suit and when you're still confused or whatever he said. Oh my God, it was so funny.
Yeah, if you're still confused as to who it is, look for the guy in the suit.
Yeah, then let me know.
That was great.
Classic.
Charlie does have some funny lines.
Classic Charlie.
M. Nelson says, does anyone think it's odd that we have not seen or barely heard about Brielle? Brielle is Ariana's sister, for those of you who don't know. Like, your mom can actually steal who knows how much money from you, and Kim has been on, but Brielle did not want to be on there. Maybe something else was going on. Does anyone have the tea? I do not have the tea, but I wanted to amplify this comment in case anyone does have the tea, because it's very strange that not only was she not popping in, but she never mentioned her once during the season, or maybe she did and it just got edited out.
Yeah. The only thing that I really want to know about Kim Zolciak is there's a rumor that she's linked to Jax somehow right now.
Oh, because Jax said on the finale of the part 1 of the reunion, he was just like, someone had asked,
oh, and he
who are
said,
you closest to in the Bravo sphere? And he's like, oh, I talked to a lot of people. I actually just talked to Kim, and either he was going to Georgia or she was coming to LA, and so they were getting dinner. But I'm just so curious, how did you not bring up your sister once?
I don't know. It almost seems so much. So I don't know these people. So like I watched the first season of Atlanta, and then like I don't know why I didn't watch after that.
It's amazing.
Yeah, but then like I get too far back from things, and like I don't like just starting in the middle of like, oh, this is a 30,000 season long thing. Now I'm not going to start at season 20, and I would have to go back and watch everything. And like we were supposed to be finally up to date to start covering the Love Island Villa after the Villa today. That's not happening. I'm still not finished with season 6. So close though. But anyhow, I only know season 1. And so that's how I know Kim, but don't know anything else. Everything else is news to me. But it would be just from everything that like I've heard about her, I could see her hearing waves of Jack's demise and then her going, we should do something together, because
there's some synergy here.
That would be a train wreck that I would watch Jax and Kim Zolciak do anything.
Whoa.
I know, because I would be like, this is lunacy.
No, don't get any, and anyone watching who has any control about anything in Bravo, don't get any crazy ideas.
It doesn't seem like they would both be into it. She seems like his type of lady.
Yeah. No, the BUBs.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know.
BUBs.
This is Harris. Shout out, blast from the past. I read it. I pissed. I read it a bunch of times. I read it out loud because I needed to hear it. Cabs are here. Fucking yes, dude.
He's in Santa Barbara right now.
Terry says, and this is, I think we had a few comments like this on a bunch of shows, but I also hate it when a woman calls others bitches. It's like the uncool kid trying to dip into the cool pond. Just be yourself.
I do it all day.
Listen, I'm totally fine if you don't like it, but I also feel like nowadays, and this is just from watching Love Island, I think it's dude for girls, is what I'm kind of getting. Like it seems like they use bitch like dudes use dude.
Yes and no.
I mean, it all just depends on the context. But yeah.
Yeah. It's not a bad call at all, Mike.
All right, great.
I mean, if people were just fucking yelling in a way to me like you stupid bitch. Like
Not
if it was
that,
like
not-
that,
but
but if they
like-
were just
That's when I
like
have the
bitch,
issue.
please. Like
yeah,
I,
that
like
kind of, or like when like Amira does it a lot. She's like, oh, you don't even know what you're talking about, or like, no, bitch, like,
yeah.
and like I don't know. I just when I'm hearing it now, and I'm like, oh, that's I'm hearing the word dude.
Yeah.
you
Like if
know?
I were to show up at like at a bachelorette party or something, and let's say I knew everyone was already there when I walked in the house, and I was like, "Hey, bitches, I'm here." That's like a cute way to use it,
Yeah.
right? But then you could be like, "Yo, bitches, let's go. You're taking forever
Yeah.
to get ready." Like there's different tones to it.
But that's also, I've heard the
Yeah,
word
I don't
dude
mind that
both
either. I
times
just
because
don't
I'd
know,
walk
that's
in and
what
be
I'm
like,
saying,
"What's
it's not
up,
a bad call.
dudes?"
But
And then
it-
if
yeah.
they were all slacking on, I'd be like, "Dude, what the fuck? Let's go."
Yeah.
So like in my mind, I'm just
If you're mad at me and you're calling me that, it's totally different.
That's
if
a
you're
problem.
just like, if we're all laughing or we're all or anything, like, bitch, come on. Like,
Yeah.
even if like, I don't care about that at all. And like,
Yeah.
dudes, no, just
Yeah,
girls.
dudes never.
No, never, zero.
no.
There
That's
are
what I'm
words that
saying.
you
Like
and
I
your
think
people
it's
are allowed to call you and your people, and not other people.
yeah,
can
yeah,
call
yeah.
you that.
That's what I'm. That's
Yeah,
what
and
I'm,
gay guys can call me that
Oh, yeah.
too. That's it.
That's our people.
Actually, I would say no, but Quack's not going to listen. So
Yeah,
Um,
but me and all my gay guy friends, it's interchangeable. I call them bitch, they call me bitch, but it's the same people. We're the same bloodline.
Nettie. Charlie doesn't think twice before diving for a lost cell phone. Then Georgia following after. Nudity be damned. And it is an actual clown show. Only to find out after Riley has a spare phone. Full clown show. And I just wanted to reiterate that shit was
Hilarious.
freaking funny.
I almost started the episode with an apology to Nettie to be like, you were right. You were right about everything.
She always
Like,
is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How long? Is this your first day?
because I noticed that like we have basically dragged her into this and now she is commenting in the amount that she comments on shows that she actually likes, but they're all she's like so fired up and I'm like, I just wanted her to enjoy her Saturday and here we are and look what I've done to you. And
fucking
I'm
done
so
pissed
sorry for
Nettie
the
off.
extra
Look
stress.
what you're doing to Chandler.
Yeah, that's what I feel like.
Oh my God. Nettie, look what you're doing to Nettie.
Look what you're doing to Nettie. Give Nettie a break.
Yeah, Nettie's going to have
I
carpal tunnel
love
because
that.
of you.
Yes. Dude, Nettie, I swear
That's
to God.
amazing.
No, Nettie's going to be the reason that somebody actually decides that they will sponsor the show, even though we only have like 5 subscribers, and they're like, "But you have 1,500,000 comments
Yeah, totally.
each
And be
episode."
like,
In a
Be like,
world where
"Nettie,
you could be
Nettie, if we
anything.
get those dots, we're sending you boxes of
Oh yeah, she's gonna be like, no, please don't.
In a YouTube world where you could be anything, be a Nettie.
Yeah.
Yes.
No, Nettie, you're the best. You're all the best, but Nettie's the best of the best. You know what I mean? Harris, Corbin Bull and Tarzana is literally like $75 to $100 per person, all said and done. I think that's an argument for bowling alley because that's psychotic.
I
Also,
said
Corbin
that,
Bowl used to
you
be a
guys,
place
I
where people
said-
would get like.
Whenever I go to Lucky Strike, it's always over $100,
Yeah.
and you and I
Listen,
don't
Lucky
go
Strike
together.
is different though.
How?
Corbin Bowl is like Corbin Bowl is what's that movie? The dude.
Big Lebowski.
Yeah. That's Corbin. Corbin Bowl is you don't go to Corbin Bowl. You go to Corbin Bowl, you should go to the doctor's tomorrow and get some tests. Because something probably you got something. It's not Lucky Strike. Lucky Strike is what Georgia was trying to build. Like that's another, like Johnny I think you had brought it up, but Johnny had commented about him and his buddies had an event company a while back. Like I think the bowling thing is she's probably 15 years too late because that's when Lucky Strike came out and it was this fucking gnarly, mega fancy, super hipster, lighting, cool drinks, party vibe bowling alley. It wasn't your dad's bowling alley, right? But then that shit is also cyclical, and I don't know enough about that world, the club venue party world, because I don't really like people, so I don't go places. But maybe
If she got that lighting dialed in and she did the thing with, I know this sounds so stupid because even when she said it, it sounded stupid. But then I'm like, no, this is one of those things that like becomes a thing. But like the idea always sounds stupid, but it takes somebody to know that like you got to give it a second. When she said that she wanted to collaborate with an artist with all the balls.
Yeah.
And have an artist like paint, like just make all the balls however. But then she has to say something like, and they all have like a sexual connotation. I'm like, the bowling ball has a sexual connotation. Like,
the balls.
what does that mean? Like, but like
she
artistry
wanted to
on a
paint
bowling ball, where like like
balls.
how they would be great for like your Instagram photos.
Yeah.
Like everybody would be like wanting, like, I want that ball next, you know? And
like as soon as Georgia gets to a place where she has money to invest and like her business is going, like I feel like she'll be pretty good at what she's doing.
I just want to really quick add on to that, because I looked up prices of Corbin Bowl in Tarzana, and it's $19 for 2 hours of bowling. So if you think about it, you're making all of the money on booze and food, and that's all a club is. People are going there to drink. So it is like her mindset was right in the sense of like, oh, if people are going out to drink and you give them a fun activity, they're already going to be drinking, and that's where you make all the money. There's no other overhead really, because if it's only $19 for 2 hours, whatever. And
you also invite in just random vendors that do things that like have no business in a bowling alley. But even if it's just like, there's a guy selling glow in the dark bracelets.
Yes.
There's a guy selling like whatever the fuck portraits. It is. Yeah. Doing portraits, like something like oh, they have Corbin Bowl socks. These fucking ridiculous Argyles. So I'm definitely getting those for $15.
I want those socks.
Like, I'm telling you, like this, she's got a perfect idea. Cause you don't like, when I keep bringing up Lucky Strike, I'm just saying that bowling is very expensive. And, but I don't want to go to fucking Lucky Strike. I want to go to Corbin Bowl produced by Georgia, because she will make it into
if
such
she's
a cooler
capable
place.
of doing it. That's the
and
only question mark.
100% she is. Like
we'll
100% she is. She just had no money. It was done on the fly. And I don't believe that was a real, I think that thing was done for the show. That's what I think.
Johnny smiles. Riley is probably a cool person off the show, but she shouldn't drink. She was insufferable. I kind of jump in. There's a bunch of people in the comments this week that were like, Riley, maybe take a look at the drinking thing. Joe Schmo, she's young, so I hope she figures out a balance limit sooner than later. I agree. But just, I hope so. Because, like, again, I'll get to that.
This is a casting thing. She doesn't have anybody. She's on an island. And everything she tries to say gets taken in a way, and then she knows immediately that if she goes a step further, she's going to be the angry black woman.
Yeah, and I was just gonna say, I know Riley and I are different people, but I remember when I first moved out to LA and coming from Jersey, the only two things that New Jersey and California have in common are air and water. I mean, we are so different. The people are so different, and everyone very few people, if anyone, understood who I was. Everything I said was taken out of context. I was literally, someone came up to me and they're like, you can't talk to people that way. I'm like, what way? I'm like, I'm just not sugarcoating shit. Like, what are you talking about? What way? They're like, kind of like this. I'm like, you need to fucking get a grip. Like, because I just grew up with straight shooters, and you just spoke differently to people. And I really feel for her. And you can tell she's a very self-reflective person just by the fact that she went to therapy and talked about it and was like, oh, I don't want to grow up and be Charlie. And so I'm just saying I have high hopes for Riley. I love her.
Yeah.
I'm going to just read another comment because it leads to what you said. And I thought that was really great. KRSLP, I hope Riley quits the show because I see her using alcohol as a way to cope with filming, and it isn't going well. Switch tracks right now, woman. You're beautiful and talented. Don't go down that road where alcohol fuels you or calms your feelings. Be aware. I think that's great advice. But I think what you said is it's just interesting and kind of, I don't know, I liked it. Darling Natty, I'm so gun shy calling that out after Dark Danny debacle with dickhead Janet from the Valley. But I do feel like Riley needs a better support system on the show. And if you leave her out in the wind like this, she's going to find her armor in other ways, namely some drinks. Shit, I would too. That's her saying that. I wouldn't. I'm not a big drinker. But no, I thought it was interesting that you said that, the armor thing. Like if you leave her out there, she's going to find armor, and that might be a way she finds it.
And also, let's not forget, she's 22. She just graduated from college. I know I went to the degree that I got was a really specified degree, and I had school 6 days a week, 7 to 11 every night, like no joke amount of hours that I spent in school, okay, for my college degree. And I still drank my tits off, okay? Smoked weed, did all the things. And when I came out to Los Angeles, I was still drinking and smoking weed. And as an adult, I still drink and smoke weed. It's very different than when I was 20 years old. But I also think she's learning how to be an adult and like how she wants to have that relationship. And I don't necessarily see anything to be alarmed about. I just think she's a young kid figuring it out. And when you're young, I feel like you drink too much, you smoke too much, you do shit that is in excess.
Yeah. She has been vocal though about her about just, we've watched her get into these things with other people because of her, just like her minority position, you know, and just being someone that she doesn't have that person. And even the people that she thinks she has will end up flopping on her in the heat of the moment. And then even though they all apologize the next day and like, oh, I'm sorry about that. I don't know why I did that. And it's all good and great. But like when you can't rely that anyone is going to like
be there.
Yeah. Like, then it just seems like we've all, there's been the saying forever. Like if I've got to go there, you better get me drunk. Like that's kind of how I'm like, she's like, if I have to be here, I got to get drunk for this because I'm all up in my feels right now. And like everything is hitting me. And like, I just need to like numb that a little bit.
That's a great point. No, I'm with you. I think you're onto something.
And it's fine to be 22, but it's also nice to have people looking out for you. Not that we're the people looking out for her, but like, it's nice to be told, hey, just keep an eye on that thing.
Yeah.
This one, this is almost every week. KPLV girls. The whole time I'm watching and waiting for you two to knock your drinks off the sofa arm while talking with your hands, you guys have skills. And I just want to double down and say the same. It's literally with the mics and the hands.
Pure luck. At any second that might, like, both Courtney and I have both been like, oh, God, that.
I actually want to say it's years of training. As an Italian who speaks a lot with their hands and has a lot going on, I'm always clocking that wine glass.
You literally just almost knocked it off 2 days ago.
Yeah, but reflex is like a cat.
Wait, she what?
I
Hold
catch
on.
it.
She what knocked it off?
What did I say?
Almost.
She almost? Is that what she said? Almost? You almost? So not. So she didn't? So
sorry. It's luck for me. No skill.
I don't think
luck.
it is. I think you're downplaying your level of skill.
No, because I knock things over all the time. So it's odd that it's not.
If we were talking about walking, no, that's all luck. The fact that I don't trip every 5 seconds, that is luck. The wine glass is years.
Mike broke a wine glass today. And
oh no, do we only have 2 left?
Yeah.
You're not even going to finish the story.
No, it's the story only makes it worse. That like he didn't even do anything. I hadn't
even gotten to it yet. It was the third one. I was being so perfectly because those wine glasses are like if you sneeze, they're like it's like a freaking movie slow-mo explosion. You can't even breathe on them. So I'm like literally I went through 2 of them perfect, like I was treating a small baby child. And then I'm working the second one and I look over and the third one just tips over. Fucking the ghost swings in and is like, oh, you think you're doing pretty good, huh? Watch this, dummy.
Oh, I'm sorry. That's really disheartening.
Yeah, it was. Carrie Peacock. This is just a funny thread that I want to read. It's short. Teen Mom and Robin Big. You guys have the best taste. Thank you. I know we do. Coca. We got, I need you to respond to me, please. It's been over 20 hours. I was obsessed with Robin Big, like in love with Rob. Totally fine with that. And then 10 years later, I met Rob at a tanning salon, getting a spray tan, to which I replied, and then you fell out of love with him, right? Right? Right?
Don't shame her, love.
I need to know that you're not in love with him anymore.
You can still be in love with him. You love who you love.
Listen, people need
at a spray tan, Rob. At a spray tan,
you can't tone it.
I didn't need to know that.
Listen, tanning. Like I grew up.
He's a professional skater.
Is he not a person of entertainment though?
No, he is a professional skater, gone entrepreneur.
Okay, listen. What if?
Okay.
Well, what if tomorrow we had to film something and we all had to be in bikinis? all 3 of us. You didn't have. You were just swim trunks, no bikini, but no top.
Who's paying for that?
I'm just saying we've got a Dots sponsorship, a la Love Island, and we all have to be like, we're on Love Island.
That was the worst. Dots, once they were like, Mike, can we see you without your shirt on? They'd be like, oh my God, we can't have this guy without his shirt.
No, you really do love
They'd
dots.
be like,
That's
Jesus,
why we
how many
too
fucking
can
dots
have
have you
all of
eaten? Yeah.
I'm just saying,
Bro,
maybe he
that's
had
odd
something.
dot. What's that big dot right under your chest there?
It's the accumulation of lots of little dots that I ate. My point is, if you had to be nuding with no shirt on, maybe you would need.
No,
you
I go all natural.
You would go totally.
Yeah, I
Milky
get some
White
good old
stomach.
fashioned, some of Grandma's Hawaiian Tropic, and I'd hit the
you
pool
don't have
for a
the
couple
time.
weeks.
It's
You don't have the
tomorrow.
time. Also, what if he's had skin cancer and he can't go in the sun, but like doesn't want to be a Milky White?
What breast? I also just need to say, Mike is so shit at these games. Like when we're like, okay, gun to your head, you have to make out with one of the Jersey Shore guys, and Mike's like, but I would never kiss a guy, and it's like, oh my God, we're saying it's a hypothetical. Hypothetically speaking, you don't have time to go out and put on Grandma's baby oil, and you have to be nuding.
It's Pauly D.
Thank you. I say Pauly D too. Finally, but he never wants to play along.
This is another nutty. In my world, staying with a group of people at a house, it's actually bad manners and kind of rude to order food for yourself and eat in front of them without having asked them would they want to add to the order, or offer some of it. I would be confused like Georgia too and be like, what? Aren't we all going to eat together like a fam? Is she skipping dinner? And I didn't think about that until Nettie said it, of course, because like you said, Nettie always says the right stuff. Makes you rethink your life. But I thought that but as soon as I was like, oh yeah, that's the weirdest part of the whole thing. Like, you just ordered a shit ton of Uber Eats and nobody knew? That's fucked up. What if I wanted a brownie? Amira. Who the hell's Noelle? Mia. Who's Noelle? Mia Taylor. I hope Noelle comes on next season.
You think she meant what's the sisters?
Brielle.
Brielle?
Maybe she meant Brielle.
Oh, maybe
Might have meant
Brielle.
Brielle.
Okay.
Because I don't know.
Okay. We didn't even talk about this, and I noticed it, and nobody else said anything except Shannon Fall, because maybe we're both a little weird. Is Charlie sporting a hickey?
I totally missed that.
Yeah. You didn't see it?
No.
I did. You did?
I just forgot to even.
I don't care. I
Totally
feel like
forget.
hickey.
I don't care,
don't
but
bother
like
me.
it's definitely one of those like, what, dude?
Oh
For
yeah.
real?
You.
Yeah.
Who's trying to brand Charlie?
Yeah, that's also
who's like
pretty gross.
worried that
I'm gonna throw up my gluten-free matzah.
yeah.
This what? Yeah, puke. Hickeys haven't been in vogue since the early 2000s, and
Well,
that's
Shannon, that's the only place I'll
little...
disagree with you. I don't know if they've actually ever been in vogue. I feel like they've always been passe,
I
unless
grew up
maybe
with all Mexicans. They
Yeah.
were very
Yeah,
in vogue
that's
when I was
same,
growing up.
same.
Everybody had them all
Oh.
the time.
I went to an all-girls Catholic school with
Well, that
nuns
would make sense.
in
Yeah.
full habits that taught me, so they were never. You couldn't.
All right, this is my last one. Joe Schmo. I kind of want to just talk with Joe Schmo about movies for hours and hours and hours. So much for bowling. Omar runs scams? What? Maybe it really was her Pretty Woman moment, which was originally titled 3000 and a pretty dark flick. Then came Curly's doppelganger, which I love that she calls you Curly.
Me too.
by
I
the
love
way.
it so much.
So fun. I love that. Then came Curly's doppelganger, and they made it a rom-com. Useless knowledge.
Oh yeah,
Hashtag
I never
useless-
knew that.
If that's true, which I don't doubt you because you are the movie
Yeah.
queen, I want to kind of see that movie. I would like to see that script. I love Pretty Woman. It's one of my favorite movies. I've said it before. I don't like Jason Alexander to this day because of that movie. Like every time I see him, even after the whole thing, I see him punching her.
Even after I've told you, like my personal experience with him, he's one of the
all I
loveliest
see
humans
is
on
him
planet Earth.
punching her, and if I ever saw him in person, I would probably be like, "Fucking son of a bitch."
I'll
How
see.
dare
I'll
you.
step in.
Yeah,
Don't worry.
no. Which is like just a testament to him. For
Yeah.
30 years, I've wanted to beat him up
We went to the same acting conservatory.
for a role that he did. So I think that's interesting information, because after I thought, I'm like, yeah, no, that could be a sketchy movie.
It's interesting information. I don't want to see it. I'm glad it all turned out the way it is.
We'll
The
be
movie
deep
that
diving
you're
that
talking about
movie
is
when
a
it comes
whole
out.
other movie.
I know.
Yeah.
It's like
So it's not
like
Pretty
I
Woman.
always say in The Wizard of Oz. If you go back to the original Wizard of Oz, when she gets to the yellow brick road, it starts in a spiral, right?
Mhm.
And it spirals out down to wherever the hell she's going. The negative space is a red brick road that heads in the opposite direction. I want to see the movie.
I'm going to look it up.
That goes down that road.
Wait, you want to know a fun fact about me? I have a little piece of the yellow brick road at home.
That's pretty nerdy.
I know, but I think also kind of cool.
All right.
It's a yellow brick road.
No, listen, I think about these things all the time. Like I have in the episode that I wrote on that show, Ed Bigley Jr. throws this parrot. It's glass parrot. And they saved it for me. So I've got a broken head of a glass parrot, which I should want to keep this thing. It's just going to roll around in a box in storage for the rest of my life. But like, I'm not going to throw it away because they actually saved it for me.
It's going to be there for the rest of our lives. One day.
No, but I'm not bringing it to my house. Like,
no, but
this thing's never going to see the light of day.
We're going to have a place, and there's going to be a nice little room with the bookshelves.
Lucite case, maybe.
And yes, and I'm going to get all that dumb shit in storage that you've been yelling at me for 20 years. And I'm going to put it all up and dust it off. And you're going to walk in one day, you see a little fucking script and a picture of your name on TV and that dumbass parrot and all the other dumb shit. Then you're going to be like, oh my God, I can't believe you. And I'll be like, this is what I've been doing. You're going to cry like a little baby.
No,
and you're going to give me a big
We are
old
different
hug.
in that way. I do not want, here's your one thing you ever did in your life. That's what that will look like to me.
I'm going to have by then I'll have the old computer. The computer you're using now will be up there. I'll be like, oh, that was the computer we launched our YouTube on. Look at us now.
Oh God, I'm realizing that all that success for Mike means is that more hoarding, more stuff.
More memories. Oh, my bad. Trying to make sweet watercolor memories.
By the way, I'm with you, Mike.
Yeah, thanks.
I scrapbook.
Courtney's going to help me design.
Yeah,
it.
you'll scrapbook.
No, I do scrapbook.
I know, which is a very organized thing. That is not the Mike Connor way.
I scrap bookshelf.
No, that's a scrapbook.
No,
I scrap storage shelf.
I'm going to start a new thing called scrap shelving.
Scrap wars.
Scrap shelf. You just do a whole bookshelf and put
No, it's
stuff
just
on
scrap
it.
wars because it's your storage units and they've got all your crap in there. Anyway, do you have any commies, Nat?
Alex on Spotify. She says, sorry, but Georgia's little smirk when she was being comforted by Ariana told me everything I needed to know. She's a smug little bitch. And then she put, sorry, nope. And I just want to know, what are you supposed to do if you like smug little bitches? But you know what? There's likable ones and there's hateable ones, because Janet is a smug little bitch. She's a smug little twat is what she is.
Janet
actually.
from the Valley.
So I like smug little bitches. I don't like smug little twats. That's the differentiator.
Lala can be a smug bitch, but I like her.
I love it. Yeah. Heather Pike is like doubling down on Lala. I don't know if she heard that we were all on board too, but like I feel like I've read 2 more comments in just the last couple of days that are like, also Lala. When are we getting more of Lala? I'm here for Lala. I'm like, yeah, bring Lala. AJ Mandy says, well, I was wrong. Maybe Ava does just hate the Jersey Shore. Both Ava and Dylan are still making group appearances. Brooks made it out of his shell, sort of. I'm glad now no one went hard for Georgia against Charlie, as she's clearly okay with Charlie. I did not see it coming that Omar would end up being the villain of the season. That was a huge plot twist. I am kind of disappointed with Georgia and how quickly she forgave Charlie. And now, because I like Georgia, I'm disappointed with myself that I'd be okay with Charlie coming back. This comment spoke everything to me. I like to see the main cast back except Ava, because she's just meh. So glad Trump has his uses in making Ava super late for the Dolce & Gabbana pop-up event. We live in LA too. If Obama's here, I'm like, we have dinner scheduled. I'm not going.
Yeah, no.
I literally have canceled dinners before because I'm like, Obama's in town.
Any president ever has been in town, you're just like, I'll see you in a week.
Yeah, because you will literally just be sitting for no rhyme or reason. I'm talking 10 miles away from where they're at, and they will, I don't know how it works, but they manage to fuck up the entire traffic
wherever they go.
Flow. Wherever. That's what I mean.
What she was referencing, AJ Mandy, or A Mandy J, was when she was like, oh, I was wrong. She made another comment that spoke to me. It was really long, but it was about Ava. It was about her being friends with the Charlie type dudes in this group and kind of being little fuckers, and then getting here and kind of slipping at Chloe's birthday with that fashion comment, and then realizing like, oh fuck, I got caught on camera being a little dick, and that being the reason that she felt bad and was crying. Like, it was just a really great comment.
I think I read that one too, and I don't think that I get she's saying, well, I was wrong. I think many of what she wrote in that was totally right too.
100%. But I'm just I'm saying I think that was this comment was a follow-up to a previous comment that she made, and you were like, oh, this comment spoke to you?
Yeah.
Her previous comment was all over me.
Just this part about I'm kind of disappointed with Georgia and how quickly she forgave Charlie. And now because I like Georgia, I'm disappointed with myself that I'd be okay for Charlie coming back.
Yeah, totally.
Because that's exactly where I have come full circle to. I was like, this episode really like changed everything for me from a week ago. But what I've also, it's not just like been like a 180. It's almost, it's kicked it further to where now I don't care about any of this anymore. Like I am now just watching these people. Well, it's over. So we'll see if this lasts for me. I'll probably forget this whole thing by next season, but maybe the next season will be totally different. But I'm totally down with Charlie and totally down is a hard, that's not accurate. I don't mind that he's here. I'm finding the value in him, not as a person, but as a cartoon character on a show. But I also like that I can see Georgia for being the realest bitch on this show who is clearly deciding to not take something further than what it's really worth to her. If she's going to get more out of keeping cool with him and having that like brother sister fuck you relationship, there are funny enough moments to where she'd rather spend her time just having like dickhead conversations with him than with a group of girls that she clearly does not fit in with. Like that is not her bag. She's an oddball. Charlie's an oddball in his own weird way, but he's despicable. But I understand the dynamic now, and I understand.
For better or worse, she's comfortable with him.
She is, and
so comfortable.
And
she's
not. She's using him. Great, Charlie should be used. Like if you got to deal with Charlie, if like that's the same thing I feel with her, with like, oh, she's privileged. She has this rich boyfriend. You go sleeping with Omar, fucking privilege? Like, come on. Like, we're all doing work here, let me tell you. Like, that ain't no fucking walk in the park. Not you. I just mean, like, every woman who has ever decided to get into a relationship for that reason, they are putting in the work that your pretty little face isn't going to have to deal with.
They don't call it a job for nothing, ladies.
Exactly. I'm sure everyone will come to me like, oh, it's so people just fuck their way to the top. Yeah, I am saying that. It is work. It is not nothing. Everyone makes their choices, and I'm tired of everyone fucking deciding that theirs are better.
Probably starting to wish you took that route right about now. And you didn't.
Fuck my way to the top.
Yeah, look at it. You could have gotten somewhere.
Grace Carr, I think Ava doesn't like to be inconvenienced by things that don't matter to her. There's more to it.
I think I read that one.
Yeah.
Oh, if you did?
That part needed to be read twice.
Yeah. Did you read Harris taking the soft bar van with Carl to the shore?
Well, I mean, I just read the cabs are here part.
Okay. Haley and Dave say that, Mike, I'm sure Tom Sandoval will be happy to give you trumpet lessons.
Yeah. Does he play the trumpet, though?
I feel like he plays everything, including his little ding-dong.
Yeah, I didn't know that. I think I'll find another trumpet instructor.
What, YouTube?
Maybe.
Probably.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah. Did Nettie say that she had swim instruction?
No.
I feel like
Nettie said something.
Like Nettie had also. And then God, how did I forget that? It's somewhere. I think that Nettie said that
a bunch of people did. Like I was.
Bunch of people. But Nettie said it. I mean you are dead and buried now. No. Like that's a wrap on you.
It's fine.
You can't even say swim instructor anymore.
Only one person, and it just happened today, was like, I'm with you. My cousin hucked me in the ocean. And was like, swim back to shore, basically.
That's probably from your burner account.
Yeah.
I think it was y'all gonna watch this.
No, it was a new person that I haven't.
Okay.
But anyways, but it's that old movie. It's like fucking John Wayne when he goes and like the kid's like, oh, I can't swim. And he's like, what? Have you seen that clip?
Nope.
It's the best. It's an old movie. Or it's it's not even a movie. It's a fucking PSA, I think, with John Wayne. And there's a lady, old-timey, like Little House on the Prairie lady. with a kid, and they're by the river, and the kid's whining or something because he can't swim, and the lady's like, "Oh, he can't swim," and John Wayne walks up and he's like, "What do you mean he can't swim?" And they're like, "Oh, he doesn't ever learn to swim." And John Wayne straight picks his kid up, throws him in the fucking river, and he's like, "Well, he's gonna learn to swim now," and walks away or something like that. And like, that's how you learn to swim when you're a kid. When you're back in my day, back in the black and whites.
Just really quick, since we're off on a tangent, do you remember in The Birdcage when Robin Williams is trying to teach Nathan Lane how to be like a really like straight hetero man?
Yeah.
He's like, all right, how would John Wayne butter that toast? And he goes to butter the toast and the toast cracks and he goes, I pierced the toast. And he's like, we can get more toast. Don't worry. That's the John Wayne reference that I know. We pierced the toast.
John Wayne once threw a kid in a lake.
Okay.
In the river.
What's my favorite guy on that?
Hank Azaria.
Hank Azaria. My favorite that I think about lives in my head rent free is Hank Azaria cleaning.
You work hard for the money. When are you going to put me on your show? Oh, Agador Spartacus, can you please get me the Purine tablets? I'll be right back. What are you giving him? Oh, nothing. It's just the aspirin with the A and the S script off.
So good.
Purine tablets. It's so fucking funny, man. God, I love that movie.
You know who has a bod?
Who?
And always wears baggy clothes and never shows it?
Who?
Fucking Darko Danny.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
what?
Nia said it too. She was like, "There, he'll sit, back with his shredded abs and
No, but like,
yeah, he's shredded."
he lifted his shirt in the episode once, and I forgot to bring it up. But I was like, what the shit? What? Like lean, cut, no fat, ripped.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Little Red says, "Hey guys, I remember Bill Cosby saying these rich people that live in big mansions will have."
Are you really gonna do a Bill Cosby one? You're gonna throw Bill Cosby out there? Are you done? You're not having a good time doing this podcast anymore?
You guys stick to how you do your own comments.
I'm just saying, it's like, here's a great quote by Harvey Weinstein.
Yeah, right.
Meteor Wine says, "I keep wondering what causes Brooke's fugue state and where I might acquire some. Then I am reminded he was mothered by Meredith Marks."
Yeah.
I don't know what that word means, so.
But you also kind of do now. I don't either. But like, I know what he means. Like, I've never heard that word, but I'm like, yeah, I want some too. I think it's just like what we talked about, like just fucking slow.
Yeah.
Not there. Not like just
Delayed.
Delayed. Pick up the pace, bub.
Did you call him Bub?
I did. He feels
That's
like
such a
a
good word for
bub.
him.
Yeah.
Sharon C says, "I think Charlie needs to be drug tested. Results are in."
Yeah. I was going to be like, I don't know if we need to do a test per se.
I think I'm just closing it out.
With
Truth for peace for freedom. Every episode has multiple themes, but I'm going to focus on the theme of honesty in this episode. I don't think Riley should have told Georgia her business plans were a bad idea. We have always been told that honesty is the best policy, but that's too simplistic. Honesty will also ruin your night and your friendships. Painful honesty is reserved for the ones we love the most. Society would come apart at the seams if we were to be 100% truthful with each other at all times of the day. It's called civility. An example, my cousin sewed herself the most ill-fitted business suit I've ever seen in my entire life. It was light blue and puckered and pulled in all the wrong places. Think of a mass-produced Halloween costume sewed in the dark, but worse. She was so proud of herself. She lit up like a Christmas tree when she asked me what I thought of it as she modeled it for me, and I answered her, "I think that's amazing that you took the initiative to sew your own suit. That must have taken you such a long time." She responded, "But do you like it?" I repeated exactly what I said the first time, but then threw in I have never known a single person in my entire life to sew their own suit. Thankfully, that got her off my back. I just couldn't crush her spirit. That was the happiest I had ever seen her in a very long time. Shai is one of my favorite characters on this show. Not only is he talented, but he seems like so much fun. It takes a special person to make someone laugh after they're crying. I love the way he comforted Riley during their beach dinner when Gia made her cry. I love that too. That was really sweet.
I love.
Yeah,
love
that was
Shai.
his best moment, I think, on the show.
When he did the role playing thing.
Yeah.
Pretend I'm Gia.
Yeah, that was the best.
Yeah.
I have a cousin like Georgia. She lives on a different planet, and depending on my mood, she's either very endearing or very annoying. Almost everything flies over her head, and then she doesn't pick up when and she doesn't pick up when she should stop talking. Her stories go on and on and on. No drugs involved. This is just a God-given personality trait assigned to her. She's very unique, and almost everyone loves her, although some people with short wigs will blow their chops with her. But overall, she's hilarious. Ava should be off the show. It would have been better casting to get a different entitled Nepo baby like Blue Ivy or Northwest. Hello, Like, I didn't know. Do we have options? I didn't know we had them. Nobody consulted me on them. I would have said that. I need Brooks to say or do something smart. So far, we have seen him swinging around a metal electric fly swatter like a baseball bat against the wall. I was waiting for a light fixture to break. We have heard him being confused that sharks live in the ocean. We learned that he is a fashion designer who can't sew. You're a virgin who can't drive.
Or in Real Housewives of Atlanta, it's a fashion show with no fashions when
That's
she by
true.
Shai did her fashion show and had no clothes.
We've heard him being confused. Okay. We also watched him walk on the kitchen counter with socks on, which is an excellent way to slip and fall and break a bone. I need him to bring his A game next season. Or don't come.
No, be the house husband you were born to be.
For clarification, you're saying or don't come to Brooks, not to Truth for Peace for Freedom.
No,
Yes.
God, no. Oh my God, I'd quit. When Truth quits, I quit. I was telling Mike the other day that like I can't wait till the day that we are just able to send Truth like a camera setup of her own so that she can do her own closeouts. And we just make it a segment of the show. That only seems logical.
Kitten,
Wake up.
you've done nothing.
You did nothing. How are we going to pay for your kibble?
She's like, you don't. You just keep charging it on a credit card. I know how it goes around here.
Yes,
I know how this
see?
show runs.